Welcome to the second annual GCRC. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Councilman, and I'm joined with James, our analyst. He is currently going down to the track to give you guys a track walk. Here's a look at the points that are available and what the current standings are right now.
All right, we got our shoeless track walk here. We got a much more wide open front stretch. We'll have to duck down right here. This is our new timing system. Hopefully it works. We will see. And we're gonna go down this front stretch here. Long front stretch for a pretty tight opening corner. Not even that it's tight in radius, but that it tightens up width-wise a lot as you go through. Then you're gonna get shot right back out to the right. This is a right-hander. You gotta be really on your toes right here not to end up in this wall right here. But if you can make it through this, it's going to ease up a little bit in this big, long left-hander. It's a big sweeper. You have your pit entrance here. It's a bit longer than usual, so hopefully people won't struggle with that as much. We continue into Sector 2. Again, this long left-hand sweeper is going to continue. You have your pit exit right here. It's going to narrow up quite a bit right here, but then it will kind of widen back out. Watch out for cars leaving. Short straight into this big, long right-hander, and here's the tricky part about this is it gradually narrows as the corner goes on. It's very subtle, but by the time you get out of this corner, the track is really quite narrow, probably about 60-70% of what it was at the entry of the corner. Then we're going to work our way back through this next section of S's, and the track does widen a little bit, but you don't have a lot of time because just like turns 1 and 2, you really got to be on your toes not to end up in that wall. It's going to spit you back out. This corner is going to work its way back up a little bit. It's not all in line. It's going to push back, I guess you would say, through this long left-hander. I'm walking backwards. It's a little confusing. And then finally, we're going to spat right out into our Bechtel Bridge, resurfaced, widened, and rebuilt. This was a bit of a monumental undertaking, but once you get down for that, it's going to ease up a lot compared to difficulty-wise compared to what you've been seeing. It's this long sweeper known as Booty Bend. You're going to get back onto the front stretch for another lap. This is a tough one, guys. It's going to be fun. Here with Matthew Lucas, driver of the number 53 Toyota Terreno. You've had a pretty good year so far. You've started in 2 events, and you've run 3rd and second, correct. Excuse me, 2nd. How are you going to follow that up?
I mean, hopefully I'll keep somewhere in that top area. However, it is dawning on me that my car is getting a little on the older side. I seem to be one of few left on this frame, so it should be interesting.
You're looking for the new qualifying format. In the new qualifying format, there will be extra attempts allowed after the event. If you take that extra attempt, you lose your previous time, so you have the chance to go backwards. Do you find yourself using that? I might add, you have struggled a little bit more than drivers of your standing in qualifying so far.
I do tend to struggle with qualifying. That sounds like a tempting offer. I hadn't heard about that till now, so I shall have to think about that. Good to know.
How are you looking for the new track all around us right here?
This will be an interesting track to race on. A lot of tight bends. I anticipate many cars being on the roofs for a very long time.
Well, Matthew Lucas, we'll see how he does today.
And we are currently starting practice. We are currently doing a new format of practice where there are 2 groups. This is currently group 1. We also have a pace car driver, and we're hoping to keep them behind the pace car driver instead of the leader to allow for better formation. Which we are also going to start trying to do a 2x2 formation, which you can tell them about, James.
Yeah, so this is what's ended up being our more experienced group. So we're gonna throw something new at them. It's gonna be a 2x2 formation.
Julian seems to not be able to leave the pit. Okay. Something's going on.
And looks like the 3 car's gonna wait for him.
Just trying to stay with the pace car, but the pace car is leaving them behind as everybody eventually starts to
getting out of the pit lane. Looks like from those cars are hard to tell apart. I think that's Alan Martindale right there.
Yes, that is currently Dan DeSalle there in the pits though.
And the pits, space car driver's gone.
He's about to lap him.
But
and the GoPro fell out.
Everybody's bunched up. Trouble for the 7 of Julian Miller. Here they come, finally. We'll see how they bunch up right here.
Who is it? That I believe is Eli Gwynn, currently in the way back.
Pretty good 2x2 formation. Here comes the pace car driver. Loop him back around. We are struggling a little bit here, folks.
Because they're trying to do.
The pace car drivers kind of joined the formation, it looks like, almost.
I don't know what's going on in the very back.
There they go. Practice is going to start.
This track is one of, if not the hardest tracks we have. So we are expecting a lot of early wrecks. As you can see, huge pileup near, I believe, turn 5 with Cohen, Graham, and Julian, as Julian is able to take the front of practice. But that doesn't mean that it's not chaotic.
There was an even bigger one there in turn 2 with the help of our pace car driver. As they're coming around to catch him, we'll see how they managed to get around him, because he's meant to have pulled off of the track, but he hasn't. And those are some wild wrecks, you're right.
And this is also around what will be the size of the final as they push off the pace car driver, and they're like, hey, we're trying to race and practice, get out of our way. But as I was saying, this currently is basically the size of what the final race should be. So they not only need to get used to this traffic, but they need to get used to the track.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good indicator of what we're going to see in the race, and it's a really good learning experience for these guys. They have a total of 7 minutes to get as much learning as they can, and it is mandatory, so they do have to be out there, but hopefully they can learn a lot. Matthew Lucas is upside down there at the exit of 2. I think he got into it with Julian Miller. We'll see if we can find anything interesting. There's some carnage, mostly, is all we're seeing.
Still a big wreck there with Eli Gwynn.
Oh, the 3 car goes flying off of, I think that's Eli Gwynn.
Yeah, wow. There's Dan DeSalle currently in the back. He is our only rookie of this race.
This group. Yeah, end of this race, you're right.
Actually, no, Nathan Zaire.
And, yes. Pardon me. Nathan Zaire and Dan DeSalle are your rookies. Nathan Zaire, we'll see him in Group 2. Right now, just Group 1. Looks like Julian's struggling with the wall there.
I think he likes it.
I think he likes it a lot. Maybe the wall likes him a little bit too much. That might be what it is.
As Dan DeSalle gets stuck trying to avoid it, Matthew Lucas is going to push him out. Dan DeSalle, as in the name, is the father of Graham DeSalle, who is currently our championship points leader. While Dan DeSalle has yet to put his name down in RC racing, in real racing worlds, he actually races Porsches. So hopefully he's hoping to see if that experience really shows through this. So far, not looking too well in practice, but I mean, there's Graham DeSalle right there behind him, wrecking.
Nobody's looking too good in practice right now. I've been keeping an eye out for any good strings of corners. I haven't seen anything yet. We'll see. 3 car hung up right there. So what we're going to see, folks, really is our main challenge is this 1, 2, 3 complex, and this what is that one? 5, 6, 7 complex. It's all very strung together and it's very tight. So that's where you're going to see most of the challenges. And if anybody can string those together, that's going to be a good lap.
Yeah, it seems that the very beginning of the track and the very end of the track is definitely the hardest section of this track. Section 2 by far is going to be the easiest, which normally is not the case. Normally Section 2 is the hardest. But when they get into Section 2, they are allowed for a little break before having to sling down into another hard, tight S before going on the ramp, which has been extended.
That was a good run from the 3 car, and I think the 22 of Graham DeSalle would have been pretty good through there if he hadn't avoided the wreck. But look at that run through the first section from Graham DeSalle. That's what you're going to want to see from these top guys.
Slowing down.
There's a pile up
Saw
down
that
here.
wreck. He was like, hey, I'm going to slow down for this. Gets caught in at the back half trying to avoid it.
Part of the characteristics of that 5, 6, 7 section in particular is just so narrow. It's hard to really avoid the wrecks. You can't go around them like you can through the big wide turn 8 or turn 3. So, it's wise to slow down right there because there's not a lot you can do. Lucas goes flying.
And Eli Gwynn is stuck off the track right as he hits him off even more. We haven't really talked about Alan Martindale recently. Alan Martindale has had a couple of unfortunate runs recently. He got second in his heat just barely in the holiday, just with a disappointing run to get 5th place out of 6th in the final. And then in the Nolan's Berries, he went from 2nd all the way down to, I believe, 7th. 7th? Because of a mechanical issue. He's currently not doing too hot right now.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling a lot with the car. We haven't really seen anything, to be quite frank, good from him. So, this is a new car he's had, and maybe that's just how it's going to be. We'll see if he can get those put together.
That was the pace car driver, I think, going back for another round. Maybe waiting, because he knows that the time is up. There's about a minute left, I believe. Maybe not. I've been keeping track of time.
Yeah, it should be just over a minute, I think, at this point. We don't have the timer on screen, but we can guess from the runtime that we're seeing. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, who was it? That was Eli Gwynn. Almost nailed that section. And he's had those car troubles that, the delayed steering, and man, he almost nailed that first section. Probably better than the 3 or the 22 or anybody's done so far. Tough run from there, but it's the potential that you're going to see that hopefully you can improve on that when it comes down to qualifying.
I'd say the most tricky part is actually the very beginning. Ooh, who is that? Is Graham DeSalle shoving, I believe, Alan Martindale off the track at exactly where I was talking. The very beginning of Section 3 was called by the drivers the birth canal. That is because it goes from a really, really wide beginning at the beginning of the pits all the way down to something that is so narrow that honestly, 2 cars going down there entering that pair of S is just not going to go well, and it causes just carnage. As you can see, there's carnage in the S's at the very beginning.
I think Luke's upside down.
I feel like more often than not, he is upside down anytime we look at him. Wow, that was a great
Lovely
battle.
pass. Yeah, lovely pass there from Graham DeSalle and Julian Miller. Hopefully we can see more of that in the race.
I'm currently eyeing the ramp right now. We have seen some ramp issues recently. In the past race, it seems to have been extended and reformatted. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was resurfaced and widened. It had some issues. We actually found a hole in it when we were going over it since the last race, and so it was reconstructed. In addition to our planned widening, it was rebuilt pretty much entirely, and then a new surface was put in because the old surface was pretty torn up. Don't look over there at the guy in the white shirt, but yeah. So hopefully we'll see a lot better performance from this ramp. There was a big bump on the left that was thrown off the 3 at Cohen Bell in particular in the last race, but kind of everybody a little bit, and hopefully that's gone.
I just want to say that is Eli Gwynn yet again, basically nailing the first S. Unfortunately, that delayed steering is really causing some issues. Despite that, I'm expecting a lot of good performance from him, just what I've been seeing recently in practice.
Speaking of practice, it looks like it's wrapping up right here. The last 3 cars on track have stopped moving, and everybody else is going to the pit lane. So we'll see how Group 2 does, but a lot of good runs and a lot of rough runs. Good runs and rough laps, from Group 1.
Seems to be very tricky at the start, but people eventually found their flow. And this is also, it so happened to work out to be the good batch of drivers. So if this is what was going on with the good ones, I can't wait to see what's going on with the other group. We are at the start of Group 2 practice. Let's hope that this goes better than the beginning of Group 1. With another failure for Julian Miller to get out of the pit box on time for practice. It's, I think, 3 in a row so far.
These guys haven't been entrusted with the double file start. You'll see single file from them. We'll see how the pace car driver does. He had a rough performance in Group 1, so it looks like
Off the track already.
Well, it also looks like Alex is waiting for him to bunch up for reasons that I don't understand, but
No, I understand why he's waiting.
And yeah, it's pretty much come to a standstill right here to wait for the pace car driver to figure things out.
And this pace car is actually a version of Kinder's old car that was torn apart by Kinder, and we managed to fix it up, and we decided to use it for a pace car to see if it would go well, and it is not.
It's not.
But you know what?
And immediately off the track again.
And I guess Alex has been given the green light to just go, and everybody else is just kind of going.
Yeah, not very stuck together right there. Very spread out start, but they are going now.
Oh, a huge collision between Noah Grimes and Abram Shields. Noah Grimes is making a return so he can boost his name to show that he is not just the one that is the widow to the Spider-Man car. Because that car blew up, basically.
A couple times. I
And there's Harrison Stearns going through the first S with Nathan Zare in the back. He's our second rookie. He was supposed to return, or well, at least show up very early on in the season, but had some delays. Harrison Stearns coming off of a disappointing end, the Holiday Grand Prix, with a car immediately broken. Someone who currently isn't on the track right now is Clayton Franklin. He's making a return yet again, and unfortunately his car blew up in testing with a huge crash. Oh my gosh, Nathan just pushed Harrison off, but it blew up with a huge crash. So he's going to make a return in qualifying near the very end, hopefully.
Yeah, Alex is the only one with a returning car. So all the other drivers are either rookies in the case of Nathan, or have new cars that they're debuting. Abram Shields wanted something closer to what the Grand Marcel camp had, so he's in a car very similar to that, as is Colin Bell, who's debuting a new car similar to Grand Marcel's. So we'll see how those two guys do. Right now, Abram's struggling with it a little bit, but he's getting around the track decently. You can really see it's a fast car. He's going to blow by the 88, although the 88 car is known to be down on power a little bit. More indicative of how fast the Abrams new car is how he'd compare against Noah Grimes or Alex Anderson.
Speaking of Alex Anderson, he is currently actually chugging along pretty nice. He nailing those S's before rudely hitting the wall.
I wouldn't call that a nail.
Well, he nailed the middle section of the middle apex. As Harrison Stearns actually nails it before, again, hitting the wall.
It's a complex track. It all kind of flows together. The ramp and the front stretch are kind of the only breaks you get. Everything else is very kind of flowing in together.
Again, this group lacks people right now just because we are currently a couple people did not show up to the pre-race meeting, so they got disqualified from the race. So we are down on people.
Yeah, and I think that works to these guys' advantage, and there's not as much traffic. It also looks like the pace car driver got off the track earlier, which is helpful. We had, I think, 8 cars total on track versus the 5 here. We had 8 cars total in Group 1, so this is a lot more beneficial to those guys. They have more breathing room to try and figure out the track. And, that was a hard lick from Noah Grimes. He even got into the wall and broke it a little bit.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on Noah Grimes that recently. He is struggling more than he has ever done. Wow, that was an aggressive flip. But he is struggling, as we can see, someone, Grand Marcel, on the track currently fixing the ramp. Already having issues with that. Let's hope nothing gets brought up with that. But Noah Grimes, I've been watching him recently. He's struggling a lot more than he has in any other race, including the Holiday Grand Prix. I don't know what's really necessarily going on. I understand, like, in Group 1, a lot of the top people struggled a lot, but they eventually found their way up there. But they are currently now in the flow state where they kind of should be finding their way around the track with maybe a few minor mistakes. But Noah Grimes is kind of just restarting all progress. Not looking good for him.
That was a pretty good run from Nathan Zare through the S's. That car is, of course, the Renault. Some of you guys might recognize it. That car we've had for pretty much the entire GCRC history, and it's come and gone. But one thing that's been true with it is that it's really good for tracks that are twistier. You saw Abram Shields put a pole down in the limestone with that car in the past, and you'd expect that car to be pretty good, and it's easy to control, and it's got a good turning radius. And I think if you watch Nathan Zare, it's not perfect as he is a beginner, but I mean this lap has been perfect, and generally he's been doing pretty good. So I'd be excited to see how he does. You watch something like the Nissan GTR of Noah Grimes, the Porsche from Abram Shields. They'll blow right past him down the straight, but it can put down good lap times just because of how capable it is through the corners.
And there's Alex Anderson currently down on the track for practice yet again. This is like the 3rd practice in a row, or in general, just the 3rd race in a row, just like Julian Miller, where he has had issues in practice or in the race. But kind of horse riding back on what you said about Nathan, another car just like it is Harrison Stearns. Both of those cars currently tangled up with each other. I don't know. Nathan's kind of just blocking the track. I don't know why. But if you watch Harrison Stearns, his car is very slow, just like the rental, but he's able to steer it so well and so precise where he can get through those corners and kind of flow through it. But if you can watch like Abram Shields in the back, also having a great run until he gets caught up on the back wall, it's just so much lower down on power than everybody else. But again, he can get through corners, but don't look at what just happened.
Yeah, there's a pile up down there in one, but it'll happen. As I've been saying, this track is pretty tight, so it's easy to clog it. We're down to 4 cars on track, because like you said, Alex Anderson was having some trouble.
Wow.
And all 3 of those cars are pretty good racing. Watch this 69 car, though, fly past these 2 cars down the straight. I mean, well, of course, Nathan had that wreck, but you can really see the power difference is, again, Abram caught Harrison right there through the
Great
flat
run.
3.
Wow. That was a great lap for Abram. So far, everything's looking to settle down. Abram seems to be able to get the pace of his car. I don't know about I'm going to watch him. Harrison and Nathan are just kind of there to chug through. They definitely need to get some laps down on these cars. They are not very much used to it. And Alex Anderson currently no longer on the track. No clue what's going on with him. We've seen a lot of battery issues with him in the past.
Yeah, he's had a lot of battery issues regardless of the car. I think that might be a practice thing rather than how the practices that he uses is what I mean by that, rather than a car issue. But he's also probably just off the track at this point, because it looks like practice is about to end anyway. So we're getting right towards the end of it. Nathan's there trying to find a rejoin ramp with no luck. We'll see if he can use this orange one. No, he's going to miss that too.
I don't know what he's doing. Circling around Cohen Bell down there. Struggling to rejoin right there again.
Not quite.
About to get it.
Let's see if he can figure it out. Nope. No. Alan's not going to let him. That's okay. These rejoin ramps are a new thing, and they're kind of hard to use, but they do work pretty well. We'll see if we can spot anybody using them later on.
And wow. Yeah, it's coming near an end.
Yeah, it should be about over at this point. As obviously we had that
3 seconds left.
We had that longer start because the pace car driver was struggling to figure it out. So
Practice is over.
Practice is over. They need to get off the track then.
And there they go.
There they go.
We are now going to move on to qualifying.
We are now starting Harrison's qualifying run. He last put in an 11th place qualifying at the Holiday Grand Prix, and that was 11 out of 12. He did not do very well. He's just looking to at least, not get second to last.
Yeah, I mean, you have to consider his car that he was dealing with there. It had a lot of issues. This one, we've seen it in practice. It's a lot stronger. It's slower, but it's way easier to control. So he should do somewhat better, you'd expect. At the very least, he's looking to kind of set the bar here today.
What I'm looking is that his car is very, very similar to the rental. Super slow compared to the other drivers, but the handling is a 10 out of 10. And I'm expecting him to put down slow laps and for each mistake to be super crucial. Normally it always is, but with a car this slow, with how hard it is to accelerate, it's going to be even more important than any other person.
Starts his run right here. As always, you kind of expect this first lap to be a benchmark lap just to see what you can do, and then you can try and fine-tune it later. Yeah, I mean,
Looking very strong again. Just setting a benchmark time, trying to improve on it, just like my good old boy James said. Going to hit the wall like he did last lap probably will improve it. Who knows yet?
yeah, it's looking a little bit more put together. Clean run through those S's. It's going to be close. I think he might actually be a little bit behind. Yeah, I will be. Still got one more lap to improve with a 16.74 in his second lap.
He's doing really smooth. He went really well through the first S. Going to look to improve this time. But again, this car's so slow that every single turn matters. And he needs to probably take genuinely the best racing line known to mankind in order for it to even contend.
He does get a 16.04, so solid lap, solid benchmark for the field.
We are now on Graham DeSalle's qualifying time. Graham DeSalle just recently put down a second position qualifying run after coming off of a 5th and 7th. Graham DeSalle is, as some would say, not very good at qualifying in indoor races. He's just looking to do decent.
Yeah, he's got a fast car, but for whatever reason, he doesn't usually have it honed in during qualifying. We'll see if he can change it today. It's looking like a really clean first lap. This comes around, it's going to be 12.75. That's pretty solid.
It's hard to say how fast his lap truly is compared to Harrison. Because, again, Harrison's car is just so low down on power that no matter what he does, it will not be able to contend with that. 11.85. Honestly, I find that hard to beat. I really do. Graham knows how to take the lines, but like you said, he's never fully honed in on qualifying. He knows it's over. He knows that he can't improve, so he's just, I don't know what he's doing.
A lot of runs left to go, but that was a pretty solid start for him, for the field. So
what in the world?
Well, I think he's just cooling off. 11.85 is going to be his time.
Here we are now starting Noah Grimes' qualifying time. Noah Grimes just recently qualified 8th out of 12th in the Holiday Grand Prix. Before that was 3rd place qualifying. He's just looking to do better than 8th in this.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty rough run to start.
Man, what in the... What's that?
It's really going to be... any improvement in the second lap will be a big gain for him. This isn't looking like a good one at all. It's not looking like it was an early mistake either. It looks like the car's just off the rails, really.
Yeah, he just recently came off a car that just could not control itself. And I bet going into a new car, he expected something different, as it seems that his car is providing the exact same experience as the other one with a dead battery. Wow.
Yeah, something's up with it. He's just kind of stopped down there on the track. Here he comes down onto the track himself. Something very wrong with that car.
I heard the door shut.
This is not going to be the lap. Or at least I hope not.
There's no way this is the fastest lap he has. I mean, this is likes of Joel Silvernail or Nolan Berry.
The run is still going, so maybe they're going to let him put down another lap instead of aborting this one. He's still on there. Nathan Zaire is up next, and then Alex Anderson and Matthew Lucas, who are two guys that have qualified pretty okay recently, so it'll be exciting to see what they do. Dan DeSalle's a rookie. He's up as well as Nathan Zaire. So exciting lineup to go. Here comes Noah Grimes back up, looks like. Maybe he's going to go for another lap.
And there he goes, 1 minute and 31, definitely to be beaten. No way, he's going real slow. That car has the ability to be on slow mode, but it seems to be slower than usual. It doesn't seem like he charged his batteries, as the lights are flickering. Not a good sign.
He's still bumping walls, but it's looking a lot better than the last one at least, and it will be with a 21.02. Oh, and the car's immediately stopped. I was really excited to see him try to improve even further, but something has gone wrong with that car.
And he's not going to improve. He might as well just not put in that time. Might as well.
Yeah, he's done. He's down there on the track.
There he goes. Up next is Nathan Zaire.
Are you done? Bear, am I stopping you? Well, I think they did stop.
We are now starting Nathan Zaire's qualifying run. So far, Nathan has been shown to have some good pace with the rental car, but we've seen a lot of good pace with that car for qualifying. It pulled off pole position for the first time it ever actually did well for qualifying.
Yeah, he's a rookie, but he's in good hands with that car. You know, he's going to start his run right here into turn one, pretty clean. Some pretty aggressive lines there, but as always, benchmark lap, he's just trying to keep it off the walls, and he's doing a pretty good job there, kind of bumping them, but not getting held up by him.
Going to set a pretty well time. Definitely going to be better than the other car that is down on pace, as Harrison Stearns. Harrison Stearns is honestly, going to get knocked down a lot more than he would like. Nathan is just putting in such a clean lap. I would like to see him out there with a car that has such better pace.
15.14 to start, and then a 14.75. He's still 3 seconds off the 22 car, but he's in second so far. So, pretty good run from him. There's still a lot of cars to go, but he should be in decent shape.
And that qualifying lap is over. There's no room for improvement ever since he wrecked because the car's so slow.
Still second place overall. Solid run from.
Up next is Alex Anderson's qualifying time. Just like his race results, his qualifying results tend to be subpar at best. He always starts off qualifying on a bang. So far, not doing that, which honestly is kind of good. He's going to start his run.
Pretty clean through the first couple turns. He gets held up there. That was more than he wanted to get held up, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who's been pretty middle of the road in pretty much every aspect and pretty much every race, so he's really looking for a little bit more to kind of get over the hump. 18.92 to start. That'll put him fourth behind Harrison Stearns, but a lot of room to improve.
His car has the fastest engine we have seen in this entire racing series, and he's not using it to his advantage. Almost had a good lap there to possibly get second, but no, still in fourth. See if any improvement happens.
Yeah, slight improvement, but still in fourth. It was 17.27. This is looking really rough, unfortunately, for him. Thankfully, you know, this new format, we have these extra attempts, so I wouldn't be shocked if he tried to use one at the end, because this isn't I feel like his full potential. It's going to be slower with a 29.5. That'll put him fourth.
We're starting Matthew's qualifying time. Matthew has been known as the consistent guy. As he wrecks consistently. He has gone nothing but 6th place qualifying. I honestly, constantly crashing. I honestly don't expect anything to change from Matthew.
Well, we'll see if anything can change here. It'll be hard to tell because only 6 cars have gone out so far, but looking like a really clean lap to start so far. This would be a good benchmark. Taking it a little wide there through 6, but still very clean lap. And that's going to put him 14.50, so that's second overall ahead of Nathan's there. Still 2 seconds off, or 3 seconds off the 22 car, but room to improve. Again, kind of wide, but solid lines. Oh, and then he flips.
Going to be something that we see from him all day, to be honest. That's what he's known for.
At 19.08, one more chance to improve. Keeping it off the walls, keeping it tight along those tangents.
Wow.
And not terrible, but not excellent. There he gets held up on the wall. That's going to be 14.50 for Matthew Lucas, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately it was so close. We are starting Dan's qualifying run. Dan is the father of Grant DeSalle, our current points leader. While Dan DeSalle is not known to be the greatest RC racer, he actually professionally races Porsches, semi-professionally. And he's actually, his own real-life car model is the car that he's driving right now, which is honestly the main reason why Graham bought it and the main reason why he did too. Let's see if he can reflect his amazing skills in real life into RC racing.
He's off. Definitely using slow mode. There were some conversations about that earlier in practice, and it looks like he's going to stick to it at least for now. He's struggling a little bit with the steering there, but maybe just feeling out the walls for this first lap.
Not going to look too strong this first lap. Normally, like you said multiple times, is the benchmark lap. He's still currently dead last, right on Noah Grimes' time. If he can just learn to improve from the mistakes that he makes, then he will be able to set a decent time.
This is going to be a lot worse of a Sector 1, but there's still half a lap to improve. Getting held up a bit there, but a good recovery, and not going to be faster, looks like. So that's going to be one more chance to improve out of 7th. That's a 22.80, adding a little bit of time.
Audibly close to the first lap. That really shows that if he doesn't mess up, he's going to set a super clean lap despite the low speed that his car is on right
He's
now.
putting all the pieces together. No problems through the tighter sections. Here he comes, all in slow speed, but it's going to be a 16.72.
We are now on Alan's qualifying run. So far from Alan, we have seen nothing but middling results for qualifying. Came off of the last time getting qualifying 5th and 4th right before then. Can this also reflect his qualifying run? We'll see.
And he's off across the line there. Looking pretty fast, but a little bit oversteery, one might say, and struggling to keep it off the walls. So we know he had those issues in practice, and it doesn't look to have been improved a ton. It looks like maybe turn on slow mode. It's looking a lot more put together. It's going to be a 22.15 to start, just behind Noah Grimes this time. He might be one to take advantage of these extra attempts. I bet Noah Grimes would as well.
I would just like to say that the car that Alan is using, the engine brand and all that, is the same as Julian's, Dan's, Eli's, who you're going to see right after this.
19.90, slight improvement, beating Noah Grimes. This one looking like it's not going to be better, but we'll see. If he can really put together a good back half of the lap, it's not going to be. So he'll be 7th out of 8 so far, ahead of one car. We'll see what the rest of the field can do and how many stack up behind him, but I doubt this is what he wants to see.
The power unit behind this car, that's also for Noah's, soon, like I said, Eli's, and then Julian's, so far isn't performing very well. We're going to see a big battle between those power units today.
7th overall for Alan Martindale.
We are now on to Eli Gwynn's qualifying run. Eli Gwynn came off of a disappointing 9th place qualifying run because of some issues with that car. The issues that are being reflected are going to be the same. We've been told in the pits that it's the exact same. But let's see what he can do. He said that he wanted another shot. Let's see how it goes.
He's off to start, straight into the wall right there. Straight in the other wall.
Issues really showing right now.
Yeah, this isn't what he wanted to see. Still got 2 more laps, but hopefully he can improve. That's looking really clean and put together, though, through the back section. That shows promise for the later laps. It's going to be at 19:09, puts him in 7th. Yeah, puts him in 7th, just behind Al Martindale by a couple. Ahead of Al Martindale by 8/10.
I just want to say real quick, the entire power unit behind that car is on the brink of being dead last for every single car.
Slight improvement with an 18.28, still in 7th. He's got to shave off just under a second to get to Harrison Stearns, or no, just over a second, excuse me. And it's looking like a put together lap, but not a ton of speed in it. And there hits the wall. That's going to kill it for sure.
Do it. I'm excited to see if Julian Miller can prove that power bank has enough to get them out of the bottom 3, which right now he is currently stuck because of his car. That's not looking good.
Yeah, he's stuck down there on the ramp. And obviously this isn't going to be an improvement, but it looks like they're going to try and get the run to finish.
Up next is going to be Abram, Julian, and then Cohen. Both Abram, Cohen, and Graham have the same power units, so we'll see on how they do.
And that'll be Eli Gwynn, 7th so far. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see these runs up next. All 3 of those guys are fast drivers.
Oh, I'm recording now.
We are now on to Abram's qualifying run. Abram is by far the GOAT when it comes to qualifying. His worst place in qualifying is 3rd, which is incredible out of the 3 races that he has done.
Yeah, this guy's a really, really solid qualifier, and you wouldn't expect anything different from him. A little bit of a rough starting lap, but that's just the benchmark time. He's going to be right in the middle, looks like. Just ahead of Harrison Stearns with a 16.74.
Again, he's just warming up. He's one heck of a driver, and I'm expecting him to do really well, going great through the back S's. He's going to improve this time. Fortunately, not able to get up to pole position as he's in 2nd. I think it's because the straight line speed of that car looks a lot slower.
13.78. He's got to shave off about 2 seconds, and this looks like a really put together lap.
Yeah.
Not going to beat Graham's time. Oh, and then he gets hung up anyway. That'll put him 2nd overall with a 13.78. Good run from him.
We are now starting Julian Miller's qualifying run. Julian just came off of a really disappointing race weekend, getting 6th in qualifying and 7th overall in the event. Recently, before that, he qualified on pole position and lost because of tampering. Let's see if he can improve anything.
Yeah, he's off to start this run. He looked really slidey through turn 1, and maybe switched on to slow mode as far as I can tell.
That's what I think too.
But decent lap so far. Slight hang up there through turn 7. It's going to put him 6th so far, next to Dan DeSalle.
He's currently getting a little stuck. Again, his power unit, like I've said 8 million times, is the same as the back half. This is honestly not very good for those cars, really proving that some power units are way better than others.
Not going to be an improvement as he adds 8/10, but no hang-ups through the 1st sector. Let's see if he can keep it clean through the 2nd sector. Very clean. This is going to be a better lap, I think. Definitely. 15.64. That's going to put him 7th overall.
We are now starting Cohen's qualifying run. Cohen just came off of an incredible race weekend. Got pole position for the first time and got 2nd in the race. Let's see if he can replicate exactly that. Something seems to be going off with this car as the lights keep flickering every time he moves it. Seems to not really be able to fully stay in control of that car.
Something's gone wrong through turn 1. This hasn't been the best starting lap.
Abrams is very happy because he knows that Cohen's good, and that if anything can happen, then Cohen will overtake his spot.
I'd also like to add, you can see Noah Grimes is already re-queued for extra attempts, so he'll be the first one to use that new format. That'll be exciting to see. Not a great first lap from the 3 car. He's actually reversing across the line there. Let's see if he can improve in the 2nd one. 27.76, and definitely not. It looks like he's almost gotten stuck down there in turn 1. He's gotten away from the wall.
Again, this is not like Cohen whatsoever. Cohen is one of, by far, our best racers in this series. And him performing this poorly is very odd. I wonder what's going on. Something has to be going on with that car, and connectivity issue.
He's got one more lap, put it together. A slight improvement. Oh yeah, to get stuck down there in turn 1. This one's not going to be a great lap either. Let's see if we can keep it out of 12th at least.
I don't think he can. I really don't, unfortunately.
Put a good back half of the lap together, maybe. Doesn't look like it's going to be there. It's got to be about 21 seconds.
Yeah, and that's going to be it.
Still an improvement with the 22.17.
Recording.
Noah is now starting his redemption lap, currently second to last. Definitely wanting to improve.
Yeah, this is his first. This is the first extra attempt we've ever seen, so this will be exciting. You get one lap to start, or one lap at all, I mean, and your old time is completely scrapped, so he could move backwards if he posts a worse time than Cohen Bell's old time. Looking pretty rough so far, but he just has to be 21 seconds.
Which I don't know if he can do. A little under halfway through the track, and this time is already halfway gone.
Great run through the top S's, though. Getting hung up on the ramp. It's going to be close.
And he's going to just barely do it.
1962 jumps Al Martindale. He's up to 11th.
Up next in the queuing is Cohen Bell, then it's Alex, and then Alan Martindale.
Yeah, the 3 car right now is in 12th overall, so literally nowhere to go. He could post a 50-second time and it wouldn't get any worse for him.
What's going to happen? I honestly don't know. He is a great qualifier. Something happened during qualifications. What I've been told from his pit people is that it was something with the remote, and he actually changed the remote to see if it'll handle better. No testings on that whatsoever. He's just going straight into it again. Dead last. Not like it's going to fully matter.
I guess he's got to try, with nothing to lose so far.
As you can see, Graham down there locked in. He knows that he wants Cohen to do well.
He's off to start his run, looking more put together, a little cautious, but very aggressive line through there. This is definitely different. You can see the control he has in the car, and this is going to be a fast one too.
And this is the Cohen Bell that we are used to.
4.2. Wow, that's
welcome home.
Second overall. That's a big jump from him. That's a huge improvement.
10 laps shaved, or sorry, not 10 laps, 10 seconds shaved off. Up next is Alex. Alex currently sitting 7th.
No, 9th, excuse me. He's sitting in 9th. I apologize.
Not looking good for him. Going to be, if he does this lowest qualifying run, like you said 7th earlier, I would like to say that is his lowest ever qualifying run. Let's see if he can improve from that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of a gamble here as he does have something to lose, but I can understand wanting to improve and do better. Taking a while to get going, but they're just putting it together. This is a car that, like you were saying, has a lot of power to it. It's up there with the old Porsche 911 that Braden Kinder once drove for one of the fastest we've ever seen. But he's had some problems controlling it.
I would just like to state the order, even though you can see it. Up first on pole is Graham, followed by Cohen. Up next, like usual, always in the top 3, going to be Abram Shields. Nathan Zaire able to hold on to... Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Matthew Lucas up in 4th. Unusual for him. Julian Miller in 5th. He's dropped down a bit. There goes Alex. As you were saying, his car's so fast, and if you saw him, he shot under that pool noodle due to the speed.
He's not moving anymore. This is what we were missing from Alex's first attempt. So some problems on the outlap, and looks like he might be getting some service.
Very, very interesting run. Still his outlap. Luckily, that's not his actual lap because it would not be good.
And he's off.
Swerving down the straights, going straight through the S's really, really well. This honestly is on pace for pole position. Wow.
Oh, he got hung up down there in turn 8. Still going to be a good lap. A 13.90, that'll put him in 4th. Big improvement.
Just barely.
Up 5 spots.
Just barely below Abram.
Alan Martindale out next. He's sitting 12th. So just like the 3 car of Cohen Bell earlier, he has nothing to lose.
You know what's funny is Noah Grimes went out to qualify to not get dead last. Just for if Alan does this and does well, he will sit in dead last. But I will have to say, though, Clayton Franklin, there's a reason why there's an open grid spot. Clayton Franklin has not yet qualified. That's because he had post-race problems on a tester track, and he brought it here and it was broken. We will see him hopefully later. If not, he will end up in 13th. I'm also getting word from the pits that Eli Gwynn possibly is going to line up for another run so he doesn't end up possibly second to last, because that will not look good for him. And it'll end him in a heat with a lot of heavy hitters. That's not going to be good either.
Alan Martindale out. He is cruising. Looking like an easy build up to a hard lap, hopefully. A hard charging lap is what I mean by that. He's off. And pretty clean through there. Oh, but then he gets it a little crossed up.
Fortunately, this track is so difficult. Honestly, the most difficult track we have had, that any mistake that is made, especially down there where he is right now in the birth canal, it's going to be tricky and it's honestly going to be impossible to fully recover your lap.
1964, so that'll put him around Eli Gwynn or so. So not a great improvement, but a small improvement. He did get off the bottom.
Said fourth. The reason why he is not in fourth is because, well, that's not fourth's run, but he's looking to possibly do another lap from what I've been told. I don't know why the score is not updating fully. Something must be going on. That's okay. I'm going to start it off again, immediately stuck. He is the only one taking advantage of doing more than one. Who knows why and what's going on. This is very interesting. I'm still hearing a lot of news about, as I say that actually, Alan starts his run. He's looking very clean through the S's, not doing too well right now, but going to improve a lot based off of his last lap.
Yeah, this is looking like a better lap. 13.93, that's a big improvement. Just like Alex Anderson, he's up a lot, up to fifth. So good run from him, and I bet he's glad he did that.
It's going to be very, very necessary for him. Eli Gwynn possibly pulling up, but we will see later in the queue.
Yeah, right now, no Grimes sitting at the back. He does have the opportunity to go again, but I guess he's not taking it. If we look at our heats right now, Graham DeSalle, Matthew Lucas, Julian Miller, and Noah Grimes in Heat 1.
We are later down the queue. This is Eli Gwynn. He actually is going for his qualifying run. Currently, it is Noah Grimes in last, followed by Eli Gwynn. Dan DeSalle not going to go out and do another lap. He said that he thinks that the lap he put in is going to be the best lap that he possibly could. So who knows what Eli's going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, that 72 car has those delayed inputs, as we've seen him described, where he turns in and then it waits a second before that turning motion is transferred from the controller to the car. So that's probably what held him up so bad. I don't believe they're fixed, but he's hoping he can find some more speed in it with those. Having a hiccup, but before the start finish, so it could be worse. Another hiccup down the front stretch. Good run through the bottom S's, though.
So far, Eli Gwynn does not seem to be improving this time. I think that he could possibly improve and stay ahead of Noah, but just as I say that, just unfortunate run through that birth canal right there.
Yeah, it's going to be worse.
Very unfortunate.
And he goes backwards, 23.75 for Eli Gwynn.
Fortunate run. Just doing practice runs right now, not wanting to use them as qualifying.
Yeah, I think that's not what we wanted to see.
I'm here with 12th place sitter Eli Gwynn, having an unfortunate run, sitting up in 9th, I believe, dropping down to 12th.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It's rough, you know. I had a okay time, not good time, but okay time at first. I should have just kept it, but I got greedy. I said, you know, it can be a practice lap. And then I regret it now because it was a bad practice lap. This car is pretty bad. The mechanics should probably be hung for what they did. I'll put it like that. This car is not going anywhere but up.
How do you think you're going to do in the heats?
What heat am I in? First heat?
Yes,
Hey,
first
Julian
heat,
Miller?
Heat 1.
Watch out. Because it's over for you, pal.
It's over. Not again. I'm here with 11th place sitter Noah Grimes going into Heat 2. How did you feel about your qualifying results?
I didn't even get 3 races in the qualifying, but I got it to work. So we're going to win.
Good. How do you think you're going to do in the heats?
We're going to win.
All right, good. I'm here as 10th place sitter going into Heat 3, Dan DeSalle. How'd you feel about your qualifying run?
Well, I'm a rookie in this series, and I still have a lot to learn, so I'll take it. I thought I did well.
I've been told that you are a professional, actual race car driver with real Porsches. Does that have anything to do with this at all?
Absolutely not. I wish that we could have been on a real track, and then I would have kicked everybody's butt.
You probably would. All right, thank you. I'm here with 9th place qualifier, Harrison Stearns, going into Heat 3. How'd your run go?
It went well. I mean,
consistency is key. Every lap, I think, was about the same time. No crashes, no accidents. I think that's what's going to set me ahead in the final race. Whenever we have a lot of people on the board, they're going to be crashing. They're going to be getting into accidents. I won't. And that's what I put. That's what's going to put me ahead.
How do you think you're going to do in the heats?
I think I'm going to do well. Probably second, at least.
All right. So, you're going to be going up against a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Good. We are here with 8th place qualifier, Nathan Zare, going into Heat 2. How'd your run go?
It went terrible. I got like 14 seconds, but I'm having a little pisser. Can't wait.
How do you think you're going to do in the heats?
I think I'm gonna do all right. I'm not really looking to win. I'm kind of just like looking to pit other people and, you know, destroy their cars. You know, kind of little stage hazard going on over there, but that's
all right.
about it.
All right, I'll see you out there. We are here with 7th place qualifier, Julian Miller, going into Heat 1. How'd your run go?
My run went pretty well. Initially, I was in 4th place, which I was very happy with. But everyone kept going and going, slowly knocked me down to 7th, which means only 3 more people beat my time. A little sad this happened in front of my son, but everything happens the way it does.
Son to many.
Yep.
All right, how do you think you're going to do in the heats?
I'm in Heat 1, which is going to be a tough bracket. There's some steep competition, but there's also Eli Gwynn, so
it's true.
It's really anyone's move, especially if Nolan Berry shows up.
That's true. All right, thank you.
Matthew Lucas, 6th again overall in qualifying. How do we feel?
This track feels less daunting than it looks, perhaps because I seem to have one of the slower cars on the track, which means that my car is slow enough that the tires can actually stay connected to the track.
How do you feel about your Heat 1 opponents?
It should be close, but I feel like I might be able to get into the actual race.
All right.
The main race.
Well, that's Matthew Lucas. We'll see how he does in the race. 5th place here with Alan Martindale. Tell us about your run.
Well, you know, my first 3 laps for qualifying didn't go very well, and neither did the 4th one. But on the 5th run, I got a pretty clean lap, and that's how I ended up in 5th place. So as long as I can avoid all the technical issues and actually drive well, I think I'll be pretty good.
Do you know what happened during your first couple laps that led to those issues?
I'm not sure if it was something wrong with my car. I feel like the steering feels a little bit different than I was used to, so that may have contributed to the error, but yeah, I think it's probably just a skill issue, to be honest.
How do we feel about our Heat 2 opponents?
I didn't look at who else it is, but I'm gonna beat him anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
All right, Alan Martindale, he's gonna get him.
Right.
I'm here with Alex. I'm here with Alex Anderson. How do you introduce yourself usually?
It's yo, it's me, your boy. There.
4th place in qualifying. Tell us about your run.
I mean, so the first 3 were really rough. Might have been that I had Abram yelling in my ear the whole time, and then the last one I kind of couldn't see the one turn, and that really messed me up. And then I did the rerun of it, and it went pretty smoothly. I think there's a few very tiny hiccups, but it went pretty well. It made me a bit more confident in how I'm going to do during the race.
Thank you, Alex Anderson, your boy.
I didn't realize I thought you were filming.
I'm here with 3rd place, Abram Shields. Tell us about your run.
All that matters is that Alex Anderson is in 4th place, and he's not making qualifying.
How'd the car feel?
You know, it wasn't that bad.
How do you feel about the upcoming race?
Alex is going down. I'm guaranteed to qualify no matter what.
Guaranteeing the doom of Alex Anderson. That was Abram Shields.
I am here with 2nd place qualifier, Cohen Bell, originally dead last by a solid second or two, but now jumped into 2nd place. Tell me what happened.
So I did an extra attempt, and the car was better, and so I went faster.
Do you know what was possibly wrong?
Yeah, it was a controller issue. I don't know what was wrong with that, but controller issue.
All right, how do you think you're going to do in the heat?
I've, famous last words, but I feel like my heat's it's not too tricky, so I feel comfortable with that. We'll see how I do in the final.
All right.
Pole position for Graham DeSalle. Tell us about your run.
In all honesty,
Thank you for being honest.
I did not think I'd do well. I really didn't. I was struggling a lot on the track in practice. I eventually found my rhythm during the optional practice, but I started to realize, oh wait, was I doing bad because I suck? Probably. Or was I doing bad because I kept hitting people because they kept blocking the track? Mixture of both, for sure. I'm surprised I did so well. I mean, yeah, there's not much I can really say. Kind of a shock, I'm not gonna lie.
How do you feel about Heat 1?
A lot of heavy hitters. It's me, Julian, Matthew, and Eli. And in all honesty, even if I don't do well, I'd still make it in because of qualifying place. So it's like, I'm not worried at all.
All right, that's a poll for himself.
Rolling. Starting Clayton Franklin's qualifying times, finally able to get it out literally 2 minutes before the race starts. As you can see, there are drivers going down to the field to get ready. They're actually up there talking about what's going on right now. So far, Clayton has done nothing but mainly disappointment in runs. He is qualified second to last in every single race he's been in. Let's see if he can at least get third to last.
Yeah, every single race being 2. This is his 3rd start. Keep in mind, this isn't an extra attempt like we've seen. This is a 3-lap attempt like the first attempt. So he won't have a chance to extra attempts because he showed up later, but he does get a qualifying run. He's struggling definitely on the outlap, but it's just part of feeling out the walls, I guess.
All the drivers pull up to watch him, not only because it's just monumental for him to be out there, but it's also just incredible that it's literally right before the race. They were able to pause it. Wow.
Flips a beautiful recovery and then flips again.
Not a beautiful recovery for that. That red car, we've seen a lot of issues with in the past. That is currently a new rental coming off of Alan Martindale's car that was able to get fixed when he had some major issues. I don't know if it's showing or if Clayton's just controlling it that poorly.
19.13, solid lap. It's going to put him 10th out of 13. He definitely has room to improve, though. A bit of a flip through turn 1, but clean so far after that.
Definitely going to honestly stay the way that it is. I think this lap is...
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close.
But a bit
barely.
21.3, 1 second off, and tough start for first lap. I think that's going to kill it.
Immediately off.
Let's see if he can find any speed out of it. It's going to be tough. And hits the wall again. I think that's probably it for sure. It'll put him ahead of the 31, the 66, and the 72. It'll put him in Heat 3 with Abram Shields, Alex Anderson, and Harrison Stearns. Not an improvement here, but a 19.13, 10th overall for Clayton Franklin.
Not bad. We are here with Clayton Franklin, finally able to get back on the track, getting P11. Give him a round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
How'd it feel in that qualifying session?
Man, it felt good to at least be back.
Oh yeah.
Just ready to race. It's been a little bit off the track, and so it's been a little bit down. But I feel good today. I think we might come second to last, and that'll be a big up from last time. So I think we're good. I think we're
all right. Thank you very much. We are at the start of Heat 1. The lineup for this race is Graham DeSalle, Matthew Lucas, Julian Miller, Noah Grimes, and in last is Eli Gwynn.
Yeah, Eli had a pretty rough qualifying, but hopefully he can improve on it. He's got nowhere to go but up,
Yeah, he does. Can't go down to get it. And they are off. Graham DeSalle takes the lead, followed by Matthew Lucas. And Noah Grimes has a huge pileup as Graham DeSalle gets sent all the way to the back. Wow, as the crowd roars. Very upsetting for him, but wow, Noah Grimes managed to find his way in the back.
Julian Miller got into the lead there, and Eli Gwynn has found his way up to second after a rough starting position. Here comes Graham DeSalle. Oh, straight through the middle there from Graham DeSalle's beautiful pass. Eli Gwynn still in second. You're going to see Matthew Lucas and Noah Grimes bringing up the rear. This is a 15-lap race. Top 2 advance automatically into the final.
Huge pileup for Matthew Lucas. Matthew Lucas is all the way down in 5th, started 2nd. He's having a bad run right now. He's still stuck near the corner. Finally able to start lap 3.
Really good battle there from Noah Grimes and Julian Miller. They were argy-bargy. Julian Miller got the bad end of it, though, and now he's all the way at the back. He's going to about get lapped right here.
Ooh, Matthew Lucas just got absolutely destroyed by Julian Miller. As Graham DeSalle kind of gives Julian karma, as Matthew Lucas also pushes that rejoin ramp kind of off the course of where it needs to be. Huge pileup in turn 1 when people don't really turn in when they're supposed to, and that causes a big wreck.
Graham DeSalle about to lap the field right here. If he can get to Eli Gwynn, who they're both struggling, and they're going to end up piled up, and Matthew Lucas is going to get his lap back, just as about everybody else does. There's a big pileup down there. I think that's Eli Gwynn and Julian Miller.
Yes, it is, but Matthew Lucas is currently off the track as Graham DeSalle kind of goes right underneath him, and Matthew Lucas flips over again, barely able to avoid Eli Gwynn turning in way too early.
Gorgeous run there from Graham DeSalle through the top S's.
He's come down already on lap 7. Again, this heat is short. The last heat was 30 laps. We shrunk it down, 20 laps. We shrunk it down to 15 just to make it more enjoyable and more entertaining.
So at this point, Graham DeSalle has a lap on the entire field. He's putting about a lap and a half on him now. I think Noah Grimes as well is 2 laps down, but he's not too far back from, Eli Gwynn and Julian Miller. Top 2 advanced, so you're looking at that spot. Graham DeSalle's basically got it locked up. You're looking at that spot that Matthew Lucas has. This is what these other 3 guys are going to be getting. And right now, Matthew Lucas has a bit of a lead over Julian, but not a huge lead.
Yeah, Matthew just barely above Julian. We have seen some great battles between Matthew and Julian before in previous races. Matthew has found his way up to second from dead last after he just constantly was crashing. Finally found a way to get up there despite his constant wrecks. You know what I've noticed from Matthew Lucas throughout the past races that he's been in is he tends to flip over, proving myself right there. But despite that, the pace he has is just immaculate as Julian Miller about to get on him, but he hits the wall.
Yeah, a lot of trouble through the bottom S's down there at the 1, 2, 3 section.
When I'm looking at these cars, each car looks very similar besides Matthew Lucas. He's kind of the odd one out, and he's showing that doesn't matter. That you can be different and still be better.
Oh, trouble right there. Graham DeSalle trying to get around Julian Miller, but they're going to get going again. I think disappointing run from Noah Grimes is what we're seeing right there. He's been about a lap back from everybody this whole time. He hasn't really had a shot at it. But the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th positions have all been fairly close. And I think we're now finally seeing Matthew lap Eli. But Julian's still in it. Let's see if he can get that spot here at the end. Graham DeSalle's shot off in the lead.
Again, this is racing, folks. Anything can really happen. Matthew is about to honestly lap Julian, but again, anything can really happen right now. We still have about 3 to 4 laps left for those top people to get that transfer spot. Graham DeSalle is on his last lap, currently about going through Birth Canal.
This is racing, folks. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you can get stuck for 3 laps. Who knows? Is Julian Miller giving him a bit of trouble? No, that is not. Is that Julian Miller? That is Julian Miller. About to get his lap back. He got his lap back from Matthew as Graham DeSalle wins Heat 1. There's currently now this tiny little battle that I wouldn't say battle. It's just Matthew Lucas kind of going through it, trying to defend and not cause any huge wrecks.
Yeah, he's got about a lap on everybody now. He's just trying to make it home. He's coming to the white flag right here. And we'll see if he can finish without any trouble, or if Julian can get basically a whole lap on him. It's not going to happen, though, I don't think.
Definitely not.
Well, it's racing, folks. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
It's racing, folks.
Because anything can happen.
Well, it is racing, folks.
And there he goes, getting second, locking up that transfer spot. Very disappointing for Julian. And he did not very well in qualifying, too. He got 7th in qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, he started 3rd and wasn't looking terrible in the race, but that 53 car's been known to be pretty fast. And we'll see if he can take the quality transfer. Worst case scenario, he has to race his way through the LCQ, and I think he's very capable. We'll see.
And there he goes, locking up 3rd. Now it's Eli Gwynn on his last lap with Noah Grimes on lap 13.
Trouble down there for, who is that, Eli?
Yeah. Julian just kind of shoves Eli through the pits. Don't know why.
Comes Grimes. He's going to take 2 to go. It's going to be Eli Gwynn in 4th. Both of them will have to go onto the LCQ, I believe, as they're not above Julian in the qualifying order. So they'll have to race their way through in the LCQ.
You know, this wasn't a real bad race for Eli. I mean, he's had some rough results recently. He's tried his hardest, but just couldn't get that car locked down. With a car where he was struggling real hard with performance and just turning very late, he did a lot better than I honestly expected.
Yeah, I mean, he had a strong start and he kind of bled positions. I think he ended up still, like you said, above where you'd expect him to.
And that'll be it. That'll be the end of Heat 1. I am here with 3rd place finisher Julian Miller. How'd that insane race go?
It was really intense. I had a great pull-away moment right at the start. You're going to see intense crash that I managed to just barely dodge. And everyone says I'm the crash king out here. But I think really if I'm going to pull through that last qualifying, it's all going to depend on if I can avoid those walls.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I am here with 4th place finisher Noah Grimes. How'd your heat go with that intense race?
It went so well.
How'd it go?
I got last.
How come?
Cause my car sucks.
How do you think you're gonna do in the shitters race?
I'm gonna win.
Matthew Lucas here. He got second place in Heat 1. Tell us about your race.
It was a pretty good race. I don't know how I got second. I felt like I spent half the time on my roof, but my car is slow enough to be controllable.
How do you feel about your chances in the main? You'll start fourth. Excuse me.
I feel like it'll go pretty well. I don't know if I'll win the thing, but I feel like I'll place fairly high, especially since the hardest part of the track is the only part that I tend to do well, somewhat consistently.
Well, second place in the heat for Matthew Lucas. He's looking good. Winning Heat 1, Graham Vassell. Tell us about your race.
Wow, that was a good race. Probably one of the best races I've ever had. I'd say the other GCGP actually was one of the best as well. My only second place, but that doesn't matter. I had a great start, great acceleration. I got off the edge real early, and then I flipped over. Huge pileup. Sit in the back, and then the way I got to first was actually so cool. I threaded the needle on accident. But yeah, I mean, starting first for the actual race, I don't know how it's gonna go, in all honesty. We'll see. Yeah, nowhere to go but up.
All right, well, first place for Graham Vassell. He's looking good.
All right, we are on the start of Heat 2. The current lineup is Cohen Bell, Alan Martindale, Nathan Zare, and Clayton Franklin. They're about to get the count off. Let's watch this race. And they are off. That is, big pileup immediately. That's Cohen Bell, followed by Nathan Zare, Alan Martindale, and Clayton Franklin up in the back, currently struggling on turn 1.
So just like last time, this is top 2 advance, except this time it's a little easier, so there's only 4 cars.
Wow.
And 15 laps as well.
Nathan Zare is able to take the first lap, followed by Cohen Bell. Despite that huge change in pace in cars, Nathan is still able to really, really get up there.
Yeah, this could be an upset. I think either way, the 3-car probably advances. He's going to beat the other 2 guys, though. He's one of the guys you always look out for, so we'll see. But Nathan Zare, a rookie, having a great start. There's some damage under the pit wall, and he's already lapping people here on lap 3?
Yeah, lap 3, but Cohen Bell takes the lead from him on that ramp. Again, Cohen Bell is a great racer, like you said. Definitely someone to always look out for. Nathan Zare is a rookie. We haven't seen a lot of good things from Alan Martindale recently because of some poor performance, with which, to be fair, is also mechanical issues. And then there's Clayton Franklin. He was just able to get his car out of the pits recently as he goes by Clayton Franklin, but unfortunately gets stuck in. Then Matthew Lucas actually grabs a rejoin ramp, doesn't notice it on the track, as Clayton Franklin is stuck again as Cohen Bell goes to lap him while he is on lap 6.
Yeah, that was a bit of a calamity right there. I think Matthew accidentally kicked the rejoin ramp and then was afraid to put it back down in front of traffic. So Clayton's gone wild here. He's gone loose. He's missed the rejoin ramp as well.
Off again. This is a Joel moment for sure. I've been watching Cohen Bell near that ramp. He seems to be a little cautious when going on that ramp. I think he's a little scared of what has happened recently in the past with that ramp. Does not want history to repeat itself, as Clayton Franklin has flipped over yet again.
Nathan Zare stuck to get up on the ramp right there. That could give Alan Martindale a chance to get by. He's only about a third of a lap back, and that is for the transfer spot. Cohen Bell looking to put a lap between him and his nearest competition, which would be pretty good for him this late in the race.
Great racing between Nathan Zare and Cohen Bell. Nathan able to have the lead, trying to hold up his position. I've been actually told by the leaders of this entire organization that they might potentially penalize Nathan Zare for intentionally ramming people.
There goes Al Martindale right by as you were talking. He's really closing in on Nathan to get that transfer spot, and he finally got it. They still have about 5 to go here.
Still
6
right
to go,
there.
excuse me. So it could really go either way.
And there he goes,
Nathan gets them back, yeah. We'll see if Alan can close them back up. Both these guys are back and forth.
Currently, Cohen is running away with it. Nathan has put on a great performance. He is a rookie. It seems that Clayton Franklin is going into the pits. Emergency pit going on. No pits are necessary in a heat.
Here comes Alan looking for the move again. And just like last time, he gets stuck right there, right at the division between Sector 1 and Sector 2. And Nathan's going to pull away. But you can really see how much he closes up on that straight. He's got one of those faster cars that Nathan doesn't have.
real well through the S's before he gets caught up right in front of that rejoin ramp, almost causing some trouble for Cohen Bell, as Cohen is currently stuck near the entrance of Section 3. Coming down to the wire.
It's going to be 3 to go this time by for both of them. Cohen Bell, he's got 2 to go, coming to his last lap, but it's really the battles between Nathan and Alan to see what can happen here.
Unfortunate news for Nathan. I was just told by the stewards that he was caught intentionally ramming people, and he'll be penalized a 10-second penalization.
So Alan just has to get within about a lap, which he's well within.
Definitely. Catching up to him right now as Cohen Bell also wins Heat 2, unfortunately missing him crossing the line.
And here they come. Can Alan get the spot anyway? If he can get the spot, it'll.
When he goes by him.
Nathan grabs him right there. It's just close racing at that point.
It's Cohen.
And Cohen doing a cool down lap. Yeah, gets in the way. And that's going to give Nathan P2. But we'll see if Alan can finish within 10 seconds. So it looks like he will as long as nothing terrible happens.
7, 8. Yes, he finishes within 10 seconds. That is unfortunate for Nathan. Nathan is going to lose that transfer spot.
He'll definitely have to race his way in, I think. If I'm not mistaken, he was behind Julian, who was our current highest qualifier, so he won't get the quality transfer.
Yeah, unfortunate for Clayton, but that'll do it.
Here with 4th place finisher, Clayton Franklin. How did you do? How'd you feel about that heat?
4th place, man, that's pretty good. That's 4th.
Out of 4th.
out of 4th. It's actually a real wake-up call. It shows me that I need to get back into the groove of things, man. I haven't been in here for a year, Every excuse to say that it's not my skills is what I'm going to use, and that's how I have to go about today.
All right, thank you very much. Here, a 3rd place finisher in Heat 2, in the lead for quite a while. Tell me what happened.
I was racing really good, and then Clayton gave me a funny look, and I was trying to pit him for the rest of the round because he thought shit was funny. So he lost the race because I was trying to hurt people. So that's what happened.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem.
Well fed, Alan Martindale here. 2nd place in the heat. Tell us about your race.
I feel like it went pretty good. I had a few parts where I got turned around or something, but I feel like I did pretty well, and hopefully I can carry that into the main race.
You'll be starting 5th overall. How do you feel about your competition so far?
Well, Cohen and Graham are tough competitors. They'll be difficult to beat, but I feel like I could probably, be up there with the best of them if everything goes to plan.
Did the car feel good in that race?
It felt better than it did in practice and qualifying, so I think I'm getting used to it now.
Love to hear it. All right, Alan Martindale.
Yes, sir.
Here with 1st place Heat winner, Heat 2. How'd it feel?
It felt really good. Car on top of it. A little rough out there. We saw it in qualifying and in practice. The track was real tight. But I was surprised by the competition as well. There's some good cats out there, some fast cars, but we're doing all right. So, yeah, I'm excited. I feel pretty good about the race.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah. See you in the main race.
Here we are at the start of Heat 3. We have Abram, followed by Alex with Harrison in the back and Dan DeSalle. 15 laps, 4 cars. Leading off is Abram. This is going to be one heck of a race.
2 similarly colored green cars.
Oh, and they are off. Abram going down straight to 2nd, followed by, and a huge wreck as that changes the
Alex
entire
straight
lead.
to the back from the front. They're wrecking up in front, too. Dan DeSalle is getting away with this thing as Abram Shields and Alex Anderson, your 2 veterans, try to catch him. He's going to lead the first lap.
You see, the only reason why Abram was able to make that clean move, never mind, Dan, I take that all back. But the reason why he was able to make that clean move around the outside was because Dan is using his car on slow mode while Abram is using it on fast mode, even though he has only 1 mode. Huge wreck through the birth canal. That allows Abram to lead it with Harrison falling 2nd as a hand goes over the camera. Dan DeSalle leading down in the back.
Alex Anderson flipped from the lead there. He's going to keep the lead. He's built out a really strong one. Harrison Stearns in 2nd, as you said. Abram Shields and Dan DeSalle really struggling at the back, but Alex Anderson is leading so far.
You see, in the past, we have seen a great battle between Alex and Abram, but it's currently not looking like this so far.
There's not a lot to look at here. Is this hand in the way?
Very unfortunate. Dan DeSalle getting by Abram. Abram is definitely going to catch up to him down the straight.
Alex looking to lap the both of them. We're about a third of the way through this thing, and he's running really good. It's going to be top two, just like all the other heats that transfer through. So Harrison Stern's sitting pretty in second. Abram Shields and Dan DeSalle have a lot of work to do if they want to advance.
Dan DeSalle hitting the bile, turned his car into fast mode. You can definitely see that by how chaotic it is now. As Abram's kind of running away from Alex. Alex trying to catch up to him to lap him. I don't think it's going to happen. Abram is currently catching up to Harrison.
Really struggling down there in turn one. He's lost his entire lead that was almost a lap long. And now Abram Shields right on the tail of Harrison Stearns. That is for the transfer spot. A lot of racing left to go, though.
You know, these cars are so fast, and, you know, we don't really think about it until we see them down the straight and through the corners, going through these as fast as possible. Alex, as he rudely shoves Harrison out of the way, Alex's car is so much faster than the rest that it makes sense that if he can get...
Oh, my goodness. Hard hit there on his roof.
If Alex can get a clean getaway through all these turns, he is definitely on pace to run a lot better than everybody else. Because, like, ooh, another hard hit. I'm genuinely baffled by how fast his car is around some of these corners.
Goes off right there. Isn't even going to bother with the rejoin ramp. He almost had the entire field lap down here. That's going to give Abram a chance to kind of catch his breath, but he's still a long ways behind. Abram's sitting pretty, though, for the transfer spot still.
This has so far been a pretty good race. We have seen a lot of action. Overall, in these 15 laps, we aren't even close to being over. It is going to be really close between the top two, and honestly, I'd say the bottom two as well.
And Abram Shields is really struggling there. He's going to go a lap down, but really he doesn't have to worry about that. It's just Harrison Stearns who's coming through the top of the course that he has to worry about. Those two are battling for the transfer spot, and Harrison is really closing up here. They're going to be coming to 5 to go, each of them. Abram hitting it there. Now Harrison's struggling, so Abram's going to be able to breathe a little bit.
I would like to say that Abram is currently using a Porsche from a different model. It is actually around the same brand from Cohen and Graham's, and it seems like he is not able to handle the car as well as he normally is for his other car. Excited to see what he's going to do in the future races.
Looks like some trouble for Alex Anderson. There he comes. He was down there in the corner for a little bit. He got going. He lost his lap on Abram, but he's still well ahead. Abram's sitting pretty here. He's got 3 laps to go. He's just got to bring it home. He's got a big lead on Harrison. Those are your two to watch.
Oof, big wreck right on the back straight. You know, honestly, based off of the pace that Alex is putting through this, based off of how fast his car is and how well he can go through both the corners and, well, in general, the straights, I'm honestly seeing him to possibly get a podium in this race because of how fast his car is and how well he can control that.
Everywhere. Alex is on the last lap here. Abram trying to unlap himself. He's got 2 to go. And here comes Harrison. That's the move for the transfer spot. It's going to come down to it.
It's going to come down to the very last lap for them. Wow, you know, we did not expect that from Harrison at all.
Alex has won the heat, but Harrison's fell back. Yeah. He really gave it a good challenge, though. It's not over, but Abram looking really strong here.
Dan DeSalle's struggling really hard right now. And there goes, not yet.
Quite.
Harrison actually, never mind. There goes Abram getting second and getting the transfer spot as well.
That'll leave Harrison Stearns and Dan DeSalle to go into the LCQ to get that last transfer spot. Harrison with a tough third, but he showed a lot of strength. We'll see what he can do. Dan DeSalle got 4 to go here.
Based off of the results, we're definitely going to see Julian Miller qualifying into the final race.
Yeah, I believe that's right. I don't think anybody's higher than him anymore.
Last place for Dan DeSalle in Heat 3. How'd you feel about your race?
Embarrassed. Should have done better. A lot to learn.
You were up in front for a little bit.
Yeah, I've got to get better, improve my skills. It'll get there. Next time, I think I'll be better.
All right, thank you very much.
We are here with Harrison Stearns, barely getting third and barely making it out of the transfer spot. How'd the race go?
Very well, actually. I got caught up a couple of times, but I think I should be able to fix that issue. Very close race, very fun.
Oh, yeah. Do you think you'll be able to get into the final race?
I hope so.
I hope so, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Abram Shields finishing second in Heat 2. Heat 3, final answer. Tell us about it, because I need to stop talking.
It was my own fault. I came out stale. Thought I was guaranteed to get into qualifying, or finals, so didn't really put my heart out in there. So see what guy got me. Now for this finals race, I'm gonna kick Alex's butt.
Is that the one goal?
It's the one goal tonight. Third place, first place, second place, as long as Alex is below me.
What happens if Alex finishes 8th and you finish 7th?
That's fine.
That's fine? That's all you want?
That's all I need.
That's as good as a win?
That's as good as a win.
Okay. Well, we know what Abram Shields' goals are. Watch out for him in the race, Alex Anderson. First place in Heat 3 for Alex Anderson. He finished above Abram Shields. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, honestly, I was slightly nervous going in, but I knew I could completely destroy Abram, and I think I did that pretty well. I maintained about a whole lap ahead of him the entire race, and safe to say, I think I pretty crushed him. That small 5.5 point lead he has is about to go away.
How do you think you're going to do against him in the race?
I think the race, for me personally, is going to be a bit more of an endurance, since it's going to be about like my batteries sustaining. But if I can like manage to have like a battery swap and like have full battery consistently through the race, and also have the one pit stop, I think I should be pretty good to beat him. But also the amount of more people there will make it a bit more difficult.
What would you say if you got 7th and he got 8th?
Sucks to suck, loser. Bang!
I am here for our quality transfer into the main race. A while ago, you were worried about your qualifying position. Now, how do you feel?
I was worried because I didn't know about the quality transfer. And even if I did, I think I'd still be stressed. Usually the qualifying isn't quite as accurate to the placements for the final race. But it's clearly evident that most people are taking this much more seriously. We've got more serious driving happening, and I think I'll be in good standing in the last race, but I'll have to pull ahead of where I am currently.
Does what happened have any effect on how you're going to go and do during the final race?
My battery's going to be more charged, so I'm going to do better.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Michael,
and this is Mr. J, and we're excited to be commentating for this race.
This is so freaking awesome.
If I remember correctly, with the notes right in front of me, this is the last chance race to make it into the finals.
Yes, sir. That's it. We're gonna watch Harrison and some others.
Noah and Clayton and Dan.
Oh, and Eli.
And Eli.
Can't forget Eli. Can't forget Eli.
Our favorite.
Okay,
contenders,
Cohen, you can be quiet now. Let's get this race started.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Matthew.
Oh yeah.
Look at him walk.
He's so ready. But no, we all know Eli's the favorite to take it.
I believe so. I think Eli's gonna do it. Might be Clayton.
Everyone's always rooting for the underdog. Clayton has a special place in our hearts.
For real. I've been rooting for him since day one.
Day one.
I'm a day one fan of Clayton.
It's really his first appearance since day one.
For real. He's too busy doing Bible stuff.
He is.
I'm also rooting for Noah Grimes, man. So close to make finals, but always having car problems. All right, the race is gone.
Ooh.
And Eli's
a solid start with the first crash.
Noah Grimes is in the lead. Let's go. Harrison is catching up. Harrison is in the lead. He overtook Noah Grimes. Eli and Harrison are battling. Oh. Eli in the lead again?
After
Nathan Zara overtaking Harrison.
He's insane maneuvers.
Oh, Eli crashed.
Eli finding his favorite place in the
Eli
wall.
crashed. Nathan Zara in the lead. Man, Nathan Zara is holding a long lead right now. Unfortunately, Clayton Franklin in last. No, never. 5th place now.
Dan and Clayton fighting over that 5th place. It's a hot commodity.
Harrison Stearns and Nathan Zara fighting for this 1st place. Oh, Harrison crashed. Noah in 4th.
The back-to-back wall crashes is incredible.
We have 3 people on lap 3. Harrison overtaking Nathan is insane. Harrison is on lap 4 with the lead.
We'd love to see the back and forth into the wall over and over again. It's our favorite move. Nathan's there pulling through with the rental car. The rental car.
Oh, we got some spinning in motion. Matthew fixed it. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
Harrison and Eli still fighting. The top 3 are going back to back, and Noah is now catching up.
Alex Anderson putting in the work. We do love our roadside helpers.
Dan and Clayton fighting for 5th and 6th right now. Looks like Dan has a high lead on Clayton. Oh, never mind. I lied.
We love hopping over the walls. Will he get his time cut?
Man, no. Harrison has got a 1-lap lead in this race right now.
If only I knew which person was driving the red car.
Harrison about to finish the lap on lap 7 now. Oh, Clayton overtaking Nathan Zare.
Oh my God.
Clayton overtaking Nathan Zare. Oh, we got some crashing going on.
Harrison's starting to build up a lead, a lap ahead of everyone else.
Eli's gotta put something in to catch up, man. This is insane. Oh, and Noah Grimes overtook him. Harrison's still with the 1 lap lead. Look at how strong he's going right now. Look at that.
My God.
Just barely any crashes on his part. There he goes.
See Eli trying to find his way around the curves. All right, clean through the S movement and over the bridge. Eli, very nice work, very nice work.
Clayton down to 5th, Dan still in last. It's okay.
You know, at the end of the day, someone's got to be in last. And you know what? If it's not Clayton, we'll be happy.
Harrison with a 2-lap lead. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Noah's got to put this work in to catch up. Noah and Eli, they can still take it, but we'll see what happens.
They could. It all feels out of whack until everybody pits, really. The pit timing, more essential than you think it is.
Yes, it is. Harrison has now got... Oh, Noah is catching up on Harrison. 2 laps behind.
As long as you make sure you pit for the minimum time, you're good.
Clayton is shortly falling behind again. We got Nathan Zare in 3rd. Eli is out in 4th.
Dan off the track.
Look at Nathan go. No crashing so far. That was clean. That is clean. That was clean, Nathan. Right there, what we just saw, that was clean. Dan in 4th. But Eli and Clayton are both pitted right now. So Dan is back and forth.
We've really seen everyone all across the board today already.
It is time for Dan to catch up on some laps. This could be what puts him ahead of the advantage. Put him ahead of the curve.
I mean, we know everybody loves Dan the man, but we got to start seeing some solid performances from Dan.
For real. This is his first race after all, right?
It is.
But we just got a horrible crash down there. I don't know who it is. That's Eli. I believe that is Eli. Or that may be Dan. That may be Dan. He's still crashing.
Harry helped him stay in that wall.
Harrison is still at an advantage with 15 laps. Clayton is still in the pit. Why is Clayton still in the pit? What is going... Oh, Nathan's hair's pitted. So he'll be out. I expect Dan to get in the 3rd for here soon. Eli has not caught up yet. What is going on? Eli put some effort in, dude.
If Eli keeps up this pace, it's going to be an overwhelmingly disappointing performance from him.
It is.
He's now 1 lap ahead of Clayton.
And Dan has overtaken Nathan, who was in the pit.
All right.
There goes Clayton. Down the line. He's getting on the ramp right now. He's actually cooking. What the heck? He's catching up. He knows he's in last. He knows he's in last. He's cooking. He is... Oh, he just flipped. Never mind.
I'm going to say, he's going to need to make up quite a few laps. He's already 5 laps behind Harrison.
The distance between 3rd and 1st right now is extraordinary. It's going to be hard for Dan to even get close. Clayton has overtaken Eli. This is not a shocker. What is going on, Eli? We need to get together and, lock in, bro. What are we doing here? There comes Nathan Zare off the track. What is he doing? What is he doing?
Straight out of the pit and
what was he doing?
The Wild West.
What is he doing?
Looks like he was targeting the lap counters.
What is he doing? He's just driving. He's trying to cheat.
He's trying to pull the Kinder maneuver and go over every wall.
What is he doing? Is this car not driving? Anyway, Harrison with a 3-lap... Oh, Harrison is pit with 3 laps of advantage. This is Noah's time.
5 laps left.
This is Noah's time to catch up. I'm just saying. It's going to be hard, though.
Oh, wait. Is there a mandatory pit for this race?
Yeah, there is. Dan has pitted. Eli in last of the pit. I think he's having car issues.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's having car issues.
Driving off track.
That might be it for him.
Unless he can get something fixed and come back.
Yeah, he's got car issues, man.
Oh no.
Nathan has got to catch up.
Someone's upside down.
Nathan's catching up.
All right,
against.
Clayton's been saved once again.
Man, I'm rooting for Clayton, bro. Eli needs to step up. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Nathan seems incapable of turning to the right.
And Noah Grimes is almost caught up on laps.
You think you're locked?
Almost caught up.
Harrison's still in the pit, taking his sweet time.
Noah Grimes is caught up. Dan is in the pit, and so is Eli. Eli's having some major car issues right now.
Looks like Nathan's finding his footing again, just a little bit.
After Dan
taking it a
pitted.
bit slow.
Oh, and Noah Grimes in the lead right now. They are neck and neck. I think Noah still needs to pit though. Oh, never mind. Harrison's not out of the pit yet. Sorry, my bad. And we have Dan out of the pit. Eli is still in the pit after all this time.
Eli may have DNF'd. We're not entirely sure.
Harrison needs to hurry up and
Harrison's
get out.
lined up, and he's in his way up those stairs.
Clayton is honestly coming close to third right now.
Yep, Harry's at least one full lap behind Noah, so he's got to make up that distance.
He does, but
4 laps.
Noah's got a pit, I think, still. So Harrison is closing the gap between them.
He is.
He's closing the gap. He is insane. By far the best racer on the track right now.
But Noah's a solid
Noah.
half a lap ahead.
No, he's 2 laps now, apparently.
Oh, dang.
When he drives clean, he's good.
Noah's a whole
And
lap.
the track is braking.
Why is Dan just running into the wall? Oh, there he goes. He's driving now. Harrison has got to do a lot to catch up on this. Clayton has overtaken Nathan, though.
Ooh, looks like Eli's forcing
back.
someone into a wall.
Eli's back in the track. We like to see that. We like to see that. All right, Noah Grimes has taken a pit. This might be not a good move for him.
Taking the pit with the last lap left is a risky move when you're this close. If Harrison can make it up quickly, I mean, Noah's got a definite time where he has to stay in the lap.
I think Harrison's got this one. Harrison's overtaken
Pulled ahead officially because he's made it past the pit lane.
Yep, I think it's over. Harrison's taken this.
Yep, and
Clayton's in third.
We've got a finish from Harrison.
Good job, Harrison. Congrats.
There's a slight chance Clayton catches up to Noah if he can only make.
And he doesn't have to pit
8
anymore.
laps. Ooh, but Noah's already lined up to leave the pit.
Yep.
Oh, and that's a roll of tape.
Man, Eli down on 13th, man. He is way far away from even being 5th place. I think he's done. I think this might be his most pitiful performance.
But if he's fixed his car, he could still get back in it. I think he could at least catch up to Nathan, maybe even Dan.
Fair enough. Clayton is really trying to get that 2nd place right now. Insane moves from him. We have not seen him move like this in any heat.
But I think Noah's back on the track because it's only a matter of time till this last lap is
and
over
Clayton
for
just went
Noah.
over. Noah is back on the track to finish in 2nd. And he's done.
All right, we've got Noah out of the track.
Clayton could still fight for 3rd.
Doing it now.
Dan, I think, is a solid.
Harrison, stop yelling at us.
Not much I can do about that.
Let's just see what happens. Just observe.
Just observe.
Oh, we got some wrecks down there. Nathan's caught back up from Dan.
But
Clayton is zooming. Clayton is zooming. Look at that.
He's got a solid 2 laps on Nathan. Let's see if he can hold that for those last.
Well, he's clean. What is he doing? We haven't seen a performance like this ever from him. Oh, and he crashed, of course.
I mean, that's really just more of a wall bump. I mean, in this kind of race environment, that's barely even a crash.
I know, but look how clean he is, dude. He could totally be a qualifier medalist with that type of speed.
Almost.
Genuinely insane from Clayton to see this today.
Clayton had a genuine chance to make it to the finals, but Harrison just beat him to it.
He did.
And we've got almost
Eli
everyone
is
up in the
still
20s.
lagging behind. And we have a Clayton finish.
Yeah, Clayton finished. We got Nathan and Dan fighting for that. Let's see,
Fourth and fifth
place. Let's see, if Eli was able to get that speed he had right at the start, he was in that top 3 range for a solid minute for the first couple laps. But it seems like his car breaking down lost him his mojo.
Yep. Take better care of your cars, guys. That's all we can say.
Clayton out here taking a victory lap on his roof.
And he flipped over. Nathan on 2nd to last lap, with Dan almost a lap behind.
Let's see, is it really even a question if Eli can catch up to Dan at this point? On his last lap, Eli not even cracked 20 yet.
This is insane. This is pitiful for Eli.
This is a severely disappointing performance from Mr. Gwynn out here. We're going to need to reconsider his credentials.
With Nathan and Dan fighting over this last lap, let's see. Dan is coming close. Oh, until he crashed. Now, I think Nathan takes it unless Dan figures something out. And Nathan has finished. Fourth place finish for Nathan. Can Eli catch up before Dan figures out his car?
Dan is finding every single wall in this curve. Ooh, no, he's
and Dan is finished. We just have Eli left on the track. We're just going to keep watching him and observing.
Unfortunately for Eli, the prize for last place is getting deported to Mexico, so we may not see him at the next race.
That is true. And he has crashed. He doesn't know where the track is. I don't think he's known where the track is this whole race, to be honest with you. Other than a technical difficulty, man, I don't think he had it.
Eli honestly might have turned on challenge mode and decided to turn around while racing. It's really hard to tell sometimes.
Why are they still crashing into each other? They're over. They're done. Why is Dan still on the field?
He's got to take his out.
So is Nathan.
You can never be too careful. You got to take your out lap.
True. Come on, Eli. You're going to add like 3 more minutes to this race, as this is totally live commentary. Why is Nathan parked on the middle of the field? Nathan, you need to take a pit. What are you doing? Eli is still trucking along. 3 laps left.
He's making much better pace now that there's no other cars on the track.
I don't know about that. He's finding that wall really comfy. And he keeps wrecking.
One may have to ask the question, does Eli know how to turn?
I don't think so. That
questions may need to be answered in the interviews. We'll have to see.
He may be into walls, man. I don't know. Look, he might be like a jellyfish and not have a brain.
But he's finally finishing out that last lap. And
he's on his last lap. Let's go. Let's see how... Oh, and he crashed.
You know what? We believe in Eli, though.
And he
a
crashed
solid
again.
timing for this last lap.
And he crashed again. And he crashed again. And he crashed again. Will he crash again before the lap's over?
You know what? Maybe not Eli's finest performance, but we've seen much worse from the last place finisher.
Sure. And let's watch him pit. He's going for another lap.
I'm telling you, you got to do your out lap. It's not negotiable.
I don't know why he did that, just so he could get a DNF. Oh, his car broke. What the heck's going on?
Well, thank you for letting us commentate today. This has been Mr. J.
And Mr. Shields. It's been an honor.
But not every track is it. They should make it oval track. That'd be fun. Just like
We are here with 13th place contender Eli Gwynn. How did that disappointing run go?
You know, it's really eye-opening. It makes you think, what's the point? So I'm officially resigning my car. I think we're gonna have a memorial. We're gonna burn it tonight. We're gonna set it on fire and then probably blow it up. And then we'll pour some acid on it and we'll move on. We'll see what kind of car can help later. But yeah, I don't think that race was a testament of my skill. I think it was a testament of how reliant drivers are on their car. You can be a good driver with a bad car and you'll do terrible.
Yeah.
You can be a bad driver with a good car and you'll do all right. But
disappointing end for Eli Gwynn. Hope to see you do well in the future. 12th place finisher Dan DeSalle. How'd you feel about your race out there?
Well, I wasn't happy the first half, but then we made some changes after the pit stops. And to be perfectly frank, the car really came into its own. I started to get more comfortable. So I think if and when I come back for the next race, I'll be gunning for the win.
All right. Excited to see you out there. I'm here with 11th place finisher Nathan Zare. How'd you feel about your run?
I did pretty good. I accomplished my mission out there. I wasn't really trying to race. I was trying to kill.
All right. Did good?
Did great.
All right, good.
Third place in the last chance qualifier for Clayton Franklin. That'll get him 11th overall. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, so here's the deal. 11th overall may look bad on some people's scorecards, but again, we've been out of the game for a year. Came back in here, got last place in the second heat, man, and people were doubting me. I was expected to come last. They wanted me down there in the bottom. The issue is I rose. And I was only 2 spots away from making that final round. And so here's the deal. When people see that you come at this from a perspective of man, you're going to be last, use that as fuel to fuel you to go forward, man. That's all I have to say. Big Dog out.
Eloquent words from Big Dog. Thank you. Second place in the last chance qualifier for Noah Grimes. That'll put him 10th overall. Tell us about your race.
I got second.
That's true. Could you tell us about how it was?
I should have won.
Why didn't you?
It's rigged.
How so?
Because I should have won.
Yeah, but why didn't you? How do you feel about getting 10th?
What? I got 10th?
You got 10th.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it, you know?
Okay, well, that's good.
I did a good job.
Yes, you did.
And I just want everyone to know I should have won.
But you didn't.
Come on, shut up.
Winning the last chance qualifier, Harrison Stearns. Tell us about your race.
I think my performance says it all. I mean, in my heat race, I kept getting stuck on that one thing. That's why I lost the race. I was stuck there for probably 30, 40 seconds the entire race. That's like 3-4 laps. Or I guess 2 or 3 laps, but I didn't this time. And I ended up like 4 or 5 laps ahead in the qualifiers, I think. Something like that.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to do good in the final race.
You think you're going to last the full 60 laps? Your car's already had a lot of racing on it.
I think so. It's AA batteries, so I could switch them out very easily.
That's true.
No worried about charging.
Well, watch out for our last chance qualifier, Harrison Stearns. He'll start 8th in the final.
All right, we are starting off the race. This is going to be one heck of a race. Currently, the grid is Graham DeSalle, followed by Cohen Bell. That is Alex Anderson, big upset with Abram Shields, followed by Matthew Lucas. Then there is, I believe, who is that? Is that Alan Martindale? Then it's Abram Shields, followed by Julian Miller, barely getting in based off of qualifying. And finally, our LCQ winner, Harrison Stearns.
This is a 60-lap event. It is one mandatory pit stop, and it should be a really good race. This course is a 97-footer with 9 turns, with 9 turns, and this is the best of the best that we're seeing from this GCGP have all made it in the final, so it'll be a fun one to watch.
The biggest battle that I'm curious is going to be between Alex and Abram. Those two had a monstrous battle in Heat 3, and they are in general race rivals. They are at each other's throats on track, but off track, they are in each other's throats. You know what I mean? Anyways,
quite the comment, Counts.
Hey, they're feeding food because they're buddies. But another battle that I'm going to be looking forward to is Graham DeSalle versus Cohen Bell. We have seen these two go back and forth in multiple races. And many of the races that we haven't was due to car troubles for Cohen Bell. Let's see if any car troubles can bite him or if anything can happen to Graham.
Don't count Matthew Lucas out. He's been a fun one to watch all day. And Alex Anderson is always there, always competitive, so he'll be a fun one to watch.
It's going to be one heck of a race. We haven't seen a lot from Julian recently. He barely made in from qualifying. It seems that the countdown is about to happen.
He's counting them down right now.
All right, let's get into it. And they're off. Graham DeSalle up in first, followed by Cohen Bell. There's Matthew Lucas all the way up. Oh, but Cohen Bell gets lost. That allows Graham to get a bunch of clean air, followed by Matthew Lucas and Cohen Bell up into third yet again, and Alan Martindale in fourth.
Yeah, Graham DeSalle shooting away in the lead here. He's already on lap 2, and Cohen Bell and Matthew Lucas side by side in turn 1 before they wreck. Further back, Harrison Stearns up quite a few spots, as well as Julian Miller. They're both off the back row, so they're having a great start.
I just want to talk about Alex real quick. His car is currently down on the straight, getting lapped for the second time. His car did not turn on at the very beginning. This is very unfortunate for Alex. We have seen this happen one other time, and that was at the last GCGP. Isn't that kind of ironic?
Yeah, it is. He has gotten it going again, but he's well more than a lap down on the entire field. He's 3 laps down from the leader, so he has a lot of work to do to get back after it.
Cohen Bell kind of shoving his way through lap traffic, trying to get by people again, as Matthew Lucas is now on his butt, as Alan will not let him get through. That allows Matthew to get right against him, but then a huge wreck happens between those two. Graham DeSalle kind of shooting into the lead. He is not clear of Cohen Bell. This is going to be one heck of a battle. As Graham wrecks, that allows Cohen to get close, but Cohen wrecks just as I say that.
Yeah, Matthew Lucas still sitting right there as well. And Abram Shields, he's hanging around in fourth. It looked like those top 3 were going to separate, but now here comes Abram Shields just a little bit behind, and he's going to get by Matthew Lucas down there at the top of the track. So he's now that guy that's going to challenge the 3 car for a second.
Harrison Stearns is having a great run right now. He's a little slow if you can see him get absolutely pit by Alan Martindale, allowing Alan to get by. But his pace is still kind of significant. He's above Julian Miller, which is one heck of a racer, and Alex, but that's to be expected from Alex after what happened at the start.
Just as I say that, Julian Miller gets the run on him on the straightaway, which makes sense again. Julian Miller is currently in slow-mo, as you can see, and it's honestly slower than Harrison's car. Very odd.
Let's watch the field thread its way through these front S's. Abram Shields getting stuck. Alan Martindale with a good run. Oh, but then there's a huge wreck down there. Julian Miller and Abram Shields kind of backed up the field. Graham DeSalle actually got through it pretty okay, and he's made up a lot of ground on a lot of the field, but Cohen Bell's still sitting there just hanging around behind. About a third of a lap back right now.
Abram is having a terrible run based off of what I'm hearing from him. He seems to be getting stuck, doesn't say anything, and then gets mad at the helper, as you can see going on right now. Not happy, but that helper is also not doing what he should, literally dropping it on the ground. If I was Abram, I would be upset too. Look at this hot chase between Cohen and Graham. Cohen is just about to get on Graham because he wrecked, but then Cohen wrecks yet again. Very unfortunate.
Alan Martindale and Julian Miller going back and forth down there in the top S's. Alan Martindale, though, he's gotten stuck on the inside of the corner. He's going to lose another lap, and Julian's really taking off. Harrison Stern's even getting a little bit closer to him now.
Alex shot in the pits. You know, Alex has honestly not caught up as much as you honestly would think. He's a lap up right now, but he gets caught in traffic, gets hit, and gets sent all the way back. Still 2 laps back. Again, the car in front of him is very slow when it comes to the actual straightaways. Harrison Stearns' car is way slower than any other car, and Alex's is the fastest car on the grid, if not ever.
Yeah, he's stated about a lap and a half back from the next car. So although he has recovered and is putting down okay laps, he's not putting down great laps. Harrison Stearns, though, I think you really have to look at what he's doing compared to the other guys, and not just Alex Anderson. He's right behind Julian Miller and Alan Martindale, who are known to be good racers.
I have an update on Graham and Cohen. It seems that Graham is honestly getting closer to lapping him. Never mind, I just say that as Abram and Graham collide. He's still getting very close to lapping Cohen, but I don't expect that to happen for another 10 laps.
Yeah, that was Abram Shields going 2 laps down, and Matthew Lucas is 1 down, and Cohen Bell in second is about a lap Matthew Lucas in third right here. If he can get through these top S's cleanly. Looks like he got held up, but he's getting close to lapping him and putting a whole lap on the next competition.
This track is super difficult. We challenge these racers a lot more than they probably initially expected. We made a course where you have to really work your way through the S's and the birth canal without getting punished. Because if you get punished, then it's honestly wraps. As we can see, Graham about to lap Cohen, but he gets caught up. That allows Cohen to get some fresh air in front of him. But Graham's just straight line speed allows him to zoom up as Abram's on his side, and Graham is probably going to pass Cohen on the straight.
Yeah, they got through the traffic pretty cleanly there, but now without the traffic, Graham DeSalle kind of catching him again. There he goes. He gets him. They're going to be back and forth for a little bit, but there it looks like the 22 is going to pull away. 3-car getting held up by the 16.
Incredible battle between those two.
Yeah, but now the 22 with a full lap's lead over the rest of the field, that's going to make it really comfortable for him. He's 1/3 of the way done. He's come to completing 21 of 60.
It is very, very rare for you to be in first and to not be able to lap the entire field within the first 10 to 15 laps. So him doing that only on lap 20 might show up later. It might show up during this pit. It might show up during Cohen's pit. Who knows? Something's going to have to happen. Something probably will happen between those two. Again, these pit times, when you pit and how long you take your pit and what you do during your opponent's pits all matter a lot more than you really think.
I'd like to, again, highlight Harrison Stearns. If you look at Alan Martindale crossing the line now, Harrison Stearns going over the ramp now. Alan's in a lot faster of a car. I know he saw those problems in practice, but he got them ironed out by the end of qualifying, and it should be a pretty fast car. And Harrison Stearns is keeping right with him. He's not letting him get away. So with a car that slow, I mean, you can really see down the straights it's a lot slower. To be able to compete, there he passes Alan Martindale as well.
He's going to get back on the straight for sure.
Yeah, but still, I mean, he's really holding his own there.
Julian Miller going to lap them. This has been a pretty good race for Harrison. Harrison probably came into this race not expecting much with the speed of his car, but he's able to hang on to our top contenders. Again, Alex Anderson is down still a lap and a half. Alex, we have seen him do a lot of great things this race. He qualified fourth, won in Heat 3, I think it's Heat 3 at least, against one of our top guy for qualifying, Abram Shields. Well, Abram is honestly kind of gapping him right now. Definitely what Abram is going to like.
Yeah, Abram Shields, we thought he was kind of getting beat by Matthew Lucas, and he still is behind Matthew Lucas, but he's holding about a half lap back. Just some carnage down there.
This is going to be one heck of a race for the top three. Still neck and neck. Graham is only clear of Matthew by 4 laps and is clear of Cohen by 1. Well, now he's just unlapped himself.
3 cars unlapped himself.
Alex Anderson off the track. Going to get lapped yet again. It's going to be an interesting race between Matthew and Abram. We haven't seen a single race with both of those where Matthew hasn't lost to Abram. So maybe he's going to do it again. As you can see, Matthew flipping and then Abram flips at the exact same spot. I believe that was because of a cone for Abram. So there goes Matthew, and Abram is able to pass him.
Yeah, I made up that whole half a lap in about 2 laps time, so that's a pretty good gain, and it'll be exciting to see those two. We're getting close to halfway here. We should see pit stops soon, so that'll be interesting to see when people decide to take their pits. The main thing about pitting is that...
just as we say that?
Oh, yep. 22 cars in, so we'll see how the 3 car can jump out in front of him, and then once he pits, it'll be really interesting to see where they blend out relative to each other.
Now that he has pit, Cohen is going to need to put his, well, I would say foot to the floor, but it's more or less a finger to the trigger. Not having good luck going by him with Matthew Lucas. Matthew Lucas, honestly, great race between those two. Right now, they're going back and forth. Cohen is able to give him enough room. Matthew clearly isn't, as they are wrecking yet again. This is not going to be good for Cohen.
Yeah, that's just part of the racing here. So you got to be able to navigate traffic, and he really got held up by the 53 car. So that'll hurt him a little bit. He had some clean air there. He gets through for the 88.
Oh, and he's stuck.
Oh no, I think he might be waiting up for the 88, or maybe he did get stuck. It's hard to tell, but regardless, he lost more time right there with that altercation with Harrison Stearns.
And there's Graham about to leave the pits.
He's out of the pit. He's going to be about 3 down.
And that's exactly what we expect from a pit. Going to be very close between those two. As Julian Miller is in the pit, he's dropped down to 7th. Alex might be able to actually go by him.
Yeah, I think he was running 5th for quite a while, kind of in his own little bubble. 2 laps ahead, 2 laps behind. So, good time to pit, I feel like, to see if he can get around some people that'll push him a little bit more. And Alex finally moves out of 8th into 7th there.
Cohen actually might lap Graham right here. Graham's just having some horrible lap trouble. Look at that. Look how close they are. They are all, it's just carnage right near the ramp. That is 6 out of 8 cars wrecked down there. Matthew Lucas is the sole survivor. Oh my goodness. And it's still neck and neck between Matthew and Abram.
Yeah, they're really, really close still. Matthew's kind of gotten away a little bit, but he hasn't quite put a full lap between them yet.
Very neck and neck right now. It's going to be close. It's also close between 5th, 6th, and soon 7th if Alex can pull in his weight.
Yeah, Alex has just been sitting there. I think he's finally unlapped himself from Harrison Stearns right there. You can see them both going across the start-finish line. So he's within a lap now at least. Getting held up a little bit there, but generally he's gaining just a hair.
I just want to say that Julian is still in the pits. He has lost 6 laps. I believe 6 laps in that one pit. Something must have been going on with his battery tray or something. It's going to be neck and neck. So far,
Here
I think
he comes out of the pit.
And there he goes. How many people have pits?
2. Just the 7 and the 22 car so far.
Wow.
And everybody's past halfway, so you'd really expect about half the cars to have pitted here, but only 2 so far. I guess we're getting some later stops.
I think these racers, was that Cohen Bell coming into the pits?
Yeah,
yes, it is.
This will be really exciting to see where he blends out.
3 laps is what happens to your pit. Graham getting just completely obliterated on the ramp. Graham, for what we've seen, is expected to get by him, just barely because of that 3-lap window, but we will see what happens to Graham as he is off right next to the rejoin ramp, but does not take it for some reason. Gets put back on very strongly.
Matthew Lucas
immediately. Wow.
Matthew Lucas in the pit on lap 39, so pretty late. Not as late as the 3 car, but still pretty late. Abram Shields should get by him right here, and there he does, so he'll have an advantage for now.
Graham still has to make up 1 more lap before he's even on the same lap. And it has been so close between what's going on right now. Graham not having good luck. I think just the mental mindset that he can.
Harrison Stearns in the pit, and that's going to let Alex Anderson back by. Alan Martindale has lost quite a few laps to the field. He's fallen back a little bit.
I would just like to say that Graham is wrecked right near the exit of the pit, and Cohen just exits. This is going to be neck and neck for the win. Graham is not able to get back that lap that he had before both of them pit. I think that, like I was saying earlier, that mindset that your opponent is pitting and you need to do whatever you can in order to get up there is definitely affecting him. But as we say that, Cohen Bell having a terrible run through the S's, getting hit by everybody, he went from able to pass him and take the leads to almost getting lapped. That was horrible. Horrible luck.
Yeah, it's going to put him a long ways back. It's not over. They still got about 15 to go, but he's down about 3/4 of a lap now from being right behind him, so that is a huge setback. We'll see if he can gain any. We saw in the earlier stints he wasn't, so he'll have to really turn things around and flip the table.
I'm excited to see where Julian turns out after the pits from Harrison and Alex. Alan Martindale running really strong for the circumstances that he has been in. Kind of impressed, but I'm also disappointed. We have seen him run second in the Nolan's Berries till I'd say lap 40 before he had that error. Do you think that this is a race that he's going to be looking forward to? Do you think that the end result is going to be important to him? And like how he's doing right now?
Well, I'd imagine it'd be as important as any other race. Right now, he's been running pretty okay. He lost some ground to Alex and Harrison. Now they're both in the pit, so he's gained back, but we'll see where he blends out. He pretty much lost all that time to Alex on track, so that's probably a little disappointing. Matthew Lucas about 3 laps behind Abram Shields as well, so it'll be really interesting to see where they blend out, or where Abram blends out when he pits. He has yet to pit. Abram and Allen are the last 2 cars yet to have pitted.
Again, Matthew is in this 3 to 4 lap window where if Abram pits, he can come up ahead. I honestly don't know what's going to happen between those two. When I was looking down on the track to look at both of them, they were both wrecked. So I honestly can see when Abram pits, I can see Matthew wrecking almost the entire time. Matthew's car just allows him to wreck so much, and it's very sad.
At the front, the 22 and 3 still going back and forth at it. The 3's unlapping himself right there, so they are still just about a lap apart. The Graham DeSalle with 7 to go, Cohen Bell with 8 to go. So running out of time for the 3 car to make the move. He's really going to have to do something pretty drastic here.
Honestly, the battle between those two right now is just completely insane. I mean, if you saw right before, right where he rudely pushed Matthew off, the only reason why the 22 is honestly so far ahead is because of the straight line speed of the car. Like how much pace he makes up down the straight before he collides with Julian Miller. Lucifer kind of returned. I think, look at that switchback. Wow, that was just incredible. Graham's going to pass him down the straight. This is neck and neck for unlapping himself.
Still neck and neck, but it's still about a lap apart as the 3 cars running out of time. Yeah, it's going to be a real challenge for him. I'd also like to point to the back. Alex Anderson has pretty much cleared Harrison Stearns here, so he's made up some decent time off of his poor start.
Ooh, and Alan Martindale is also ahead of Matthew Lucas.
Alan Martindale is yet to pit.
Oh, that's true. You're right. I think he will end up in 5th because of that. Julian Miller not having a good run. We don't know what the helper was just doing there. Threw that poor car on the track. Not unfortunate. Very unfortunate, actually. Not unfortunate. And Graham DeSalle is on lap 60, having a little bit of trouble with Alan Martindale, trying to let him go by as he's going to go on the ramp. Graham DeSalle had an incredible run today in this race, and he wins the GCGP. Up next is Cohen Bell on his last lap. This has just been an incredible run for both of them. They were neck and neck. It was honestly anybody's win, this race.
Abram Shields also in the pit. Yeah, you're right. Great race from Graham DeSalle. Pretty solid race from Cohen Bell as well. I know he's going to be a little disappointed, but he put up a good, really competitive performance. He finishes second. And Abram Shields in the pit, so we'll see where he blends out against Matthew Lucas for that final podium spot. I'm really excited to see that. I know Alan Martindale's there, but he still has to pit, so he should drop back to 5th.
You know, you say that Cohen Bell is going to be pretty upset about his result. I honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. He qualified second after getting a dead last qualification in the regular qualifying. Shot himself up to second with 1 lap, started second and ended second. I know he definitely wanted to run at the front because, well, he won the last GC Grand Prix, but I think getting second by this close is definitely going to be good for him. Definitely what he needed, because the last race he got second, qualified on pole, and before that was the 9th place that is still holding him down in points.
You can see Alex Anderson is pretty freaking close to Julian Miller. They both have pitted, and they both are racing for 6th now. Also, Matthew Lucas has come out ahead of Abram Shields by about a third of a lap so far. Matthew Lucas 6 to go. Here comes Abram Shields around the corner, now also hitting 6 to go. He's neck and neck with Alan Martindale, who is racing for position but has yet to pit. So he will not be there at the end, but he is racing for position right now.
I would just like to say that watching Alan and Abram go down the straight, the fact that Alan hasn't pit yet is kind of impressive. His car speed is so much faster than Abram's, even though Abram just pit. Abram is also running a respectable fourth, soon possibly third, as he's catching up to Matthew Lucas. He is currently using a new car that is the same exact engine and just model relatively to Cohen, Bell, and Graham DeSalle. And it seems to be helping him out as he goes by Matthew Lucas literally on the... What is Eli doing down there? Did you just see that, James?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was just horrible.
Yeah, he definitely suffered from that. He's about a half lap back now, coming to 3 to go, so he will have some work to do if he wants to get back after it. Allen on lap 58, so he really needs to pit at this point. Because he does have to complete that pit stop.
Matthew's trying to push him in there. Seems like Allen's trying to get in there too.
He's doing something down there. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, he's trying to get into the pit. Yeah.
That's funny.
Alex still trying to catch Julian Miller. He's almost a lap down, but not quite. They have about 9 to go between them.
And now Abram Shields is on his final lap. Matthew Lucas is about to cross the line to also be on his final lap. There's nothing that Matthew can do. Abram finally able to beat Matthew, locking in third at the GCGP. That is one heck of a race for Abram. We've seen him qualify third and in third. So far, the top 3 ended in their exact qualifying spots. Let's see if anybody else can do that. So far, and there goes Matthew Lucas taking home 4th after qualifying 6th for the 3rd race in a row. Great race for Matthew. He's definitely a top runner. He probably won't be too happy that he got 4th. This is his first race out of 3 without a podium finish, which is still quite impressive.
You see Alan Martindale down there trying to exit the pit lane. He's struggling a little bit, but he's going to get out 3 laps ahead of Julian Miller.
Well clear.
He's got 3 to go, so he should be in good shape. Alex still not that far behind Julian, still about 2/3 of a lap now, so that'll be interesting to see. Harrison Stearns quite a ways back, so he should finish 8th.
I'm quite disappointed in Julian Miller's performance. He has definitely had a fall off since the Holiday Grand Prix. I think something happened during that race, during the final race. Obviously, his car is tampered with. Qualified pole, 1 heat, won by a huge margin, completely destroyed Graham. Oh my gosh, and Allen is going back into the pits for an emergency pit, literally almost on lap 62. Wow.
Yeah, he was coming to the final lap. Something happened. He stopped the car. I'm not sure what it was. Usually that's a dead battery, but it's always hard to tell from our booth. So hopefully he can get back out. He still has about a lap on Julian Miller, who's struggling down there in the top S's.
This is not looking good for Allen. Luckily, it's an emergency pit, so he can take however little time he needs. He's going to probably come out of the pits right next to Julian, actually, as Julian goes ahead of him into 5th.
Alex Anderson about to as well there. He passes Allen, so Allen needs to step on as they're both coming to the last lap. Oh, Alex with a big oof right there, a big upset, or a big error, I mean to say.
Julian on the final lap having a hard time through that front S, not seeming to know that he needs to rotate the car. And there goes Allen. Allen shooting out of the pits really fast, trying to make up the time that he lost, having a decent battle with Julian, but that's not going to matter as Julian crosses the line to lock up 5th, qualified 7th. Oh, what is that?
Problems with Allen again. It looks like that might be the battery tray down there, a piece of debris or something, and the battery's hanging out of the car.
Must be.
Oh my goodness, that is a tragic upset right there. Alex is finished. Here comes Harrison to get back by him. There, he will take 7th. Allen down to the back. Allen needs to get out now if he wants to not finish last. I don't think it's going to happen. Here comes Harrison Stearns to finish the race. What a disaster from Allen.
Oh my gosh, he went from 5th all the way to 8th in the span of 2 laps. And there goes Harrison getting 7th in the race. Not the run that he would have wanted, but the run that, honestly, he needed. He probably wouldn't have done better, but still. Great race for Harrison. Last minute clutch.
Here comes Alan Martindale to finish. Really frustrating run from him. At least he managed to finish. But yeah, that's going to be frustrating from him, 8th place. So
gosh, what a tough race. How would you think about this race? How did you think this race went?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun to watch. Some good finishes, some disappointing finishes, but in the end, there were a lot of really great battles between it. Graham DeSalle obviously with the win, Abram Shields getting a podium there, and Alex Anderson moving up 2 spots after a terrible finish. Obviously, the 2 people he beat had their own car troubles, but still, you kind of take that after a rough start. I think he started 3rd, so a bit of a disappointment, but you do have to consider all the factors.
This race, honestly, went very smooth. We saw a lot of action in the midfield, in the front, and the back. I'd say the most upsetting part was 100% with Alan. Alan losing all the ground that he had after having a rough race in general. Definitely going to be disappointed. He was super upset during qualifying. Still qualified 5th, I believe. Right? 5th? Would you say 5th?
Yeah, it was 5th.
And ended up barely making it into this race, literally by 2 seconds because of the penalty Nathan got. But yeah, I'd say this is a great race. Let's get on to interviews. Poor Alan Martindale was too upset to interview. 7th place result holder for Harrison Stearns. How'd you feel about your race?
I feel pretty good. For my car, it being a little bit slow, I was able to do what I feel like I put out a good performance.
How'd the competition feel?
It felt really close a lot of the time. It was very tense at times, like not knowing who was in what position.
So your car being slower definitely put you up to a disadvantage.
It did.
Do you think you're going to change anything in the future?
Oh, 100%. I think I'm going to get a faster car with good handling, and I think I'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah. I'll see you in the future.
Thank you.
I am here with 6th place result holder, ending 6th again for like the 3rd time in a row. Alex Anderson, how'd you feel about your race?
I think
Consistent.
I had a lot of crashes, but I didn't do too bad crash-wise as I was kind of worried I was. I got, especially the more I continued, the more I was kind of locked in. But what really sold the race for me was, at the start of the race, my car just immediately disconnected from my controller for some reason, despite me checking it before I set my car down. And that allowed like everyone to get 2 laps on me. And that difference stuck between me and Abram, of course, the entire race. I think if I didn't have that, I would have beaten him. I think that time I lost is actually the difference between us. Like, it actually let him surpass me there.
Are there any things in the future that you're going to change?
I think I want to maybe change my controller for one of the more, like, joysticky ones. I'm used to that. And also just have my own batteries on hand. And also, I just want to say, our helpers really had to enjoy when one of them, my car, knocked over 2 feet away, walked at it 1 mile per hour, looked at me, shook his head, before setting it back down and fixing it.
I apologize for that. That'll be noted. All right, thank you very much. 5th place result holder, Julian Miller. How'd you feel about your race today?
Honestly, I felt like it was a pretty good contribution. Not my best work, but after last time, any improvement is good improvement. I'm honestly surprised that I ranked this high. I thought me and Harrison were neck and neck for last place the whole race.
Are there any changes you're going to make in the future? I know you've been dealing with that car for probably the longest out of anybody.
Honestly, the car isn't terrible. Honestly, I think I just need better batteries. My battery life is killing me. My car died on the track again today.
Dang, that sucks. Hope to see you with new improvements in the future. I am here with 4th place finisher Matthew Lucas, having a strong run yet again. How did you feel about your race?
It seems like I spent a lot of time on the roof, if I remember correctly. I think I was still shooting for a podium, but that didn't happen. But that's fine. It was fun anyway.
I'm glad you have fun. What are you going to do in the future races?
Well, one of these days, I will eventually have a 3D printed car, I hope. And that should be a little quicker than what I have now. What I have now is aging, and I think it's one of the slower frames to begin with.
Any improvements you're going to make in the future races besides that car?
Well, preferably I'll spend less time on my roof. I should attempt to keep the weight kind of low in the car on the thing I'm making. Just, you know, center of gravity low makes it easier to not flip, right?
Yes, all right. Good run for Matthew Lucas.
Thank you.
I am here with 3rd place result holder Abram Shields, finally able to get back on the podium, starting 3rd for qualifying and ending 3rd. How does it feel?
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
You finally beat your competitor, Matthew Lucas, who have beat you every single race until now by almost 5 seconds. How does that feel?
Well, you know, he's cringe. So, I don't know how I beat him. I thought I drove horribly.
Any plans for the next race?
As long as I don't get Nolan Berry on my team, I'll be fine.
Alrighty. I'm here for second place on the podium. Cohen Bell, second GCGP, getting second and first. How does it feel?
Always a bridesmaid. You know, I feel like these cookies are good. I feel like I gave about everything I had, but not a bad result, so you can't hate too much. I just want to thank all the guys, you know, Fanta, Skittles, Pizza, Seabill's Industries, all those guys back making this run possible. The Ford Mustang ran good, felt good. A little bit lacking on straights, but otherwise, good car, just not quite enough.
So you said not quite enough. Tell me about the competition.
Yeah, I feel like we beat the shit out of most of them. And then when it came down to it, just couldn't quite catch that 22, as is always the case, which is frustrating because at other times, you know, I feel like the car was holding me back or I was holding me back. I feel like I got about everything I could out of it. So, yeah, I feel like maybe some better recoveries would have made the difference. Maybe, I don't know. It's about a lap and a half difference, I think. So it probably wouldn't have been that much of a difference if I had better recoveries. I don't know. Good competition.
All right, overall second place for Cohen Bell. Last question. Are there any plans that you're going to make in the future? Change anything?
Think about getting new glasses.
All right. Interesting answer. All right, second place, Cohen Bell.
First place for Graham DeSalle in the GCGP. Tell us about your race.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped me out for my team. Thank you to KGU, thank you to Bob's Burgers, thank you to Barks for providing some lovely hydration. And most importantly, thank you to my pit crew, people helping me out, people doing everything there is. I had a sudden realization that I feel like I haven't been thanking them enough. But I pay them a lot. So no wonder it's the money. But oh my gosh, that was the best race I've ever had. And not to be cocky, not to pin myself up higher than everybody else, but like the other races have been so boring. I'll be racing, I'll get done, I'll be like, oh, okay, then that means that there's about like 3 people left with 3 laps back, and then I'll be told that I'm 14 laps ahead of second. I'll be like, oh, it's nice to win, but it's not fun to not have competition. This is the first race since the last GCGP that I actually felt excited and I felt rushed to go to that pit stop. When every single time that I had the opportunity, I really enjoyed it. And I know I'm rambling, but like, wow, this is a good race. I got pole somehow. I probably shouldn't have gotten that in all honesty, but it is what it is. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm complaining, but competition, Cohen Bell, new car, wow. Changed everything. It was about 25 laps in, I'm like, I wonder where Cohen is. I wonder what he's doing. And then I'm right behind him. I'm like, hey, Cohen, what lap are you on? He's like, oh, I'm a lap behind him. I'm like, what? Yeah, the only other thing I have to say is the helpers. Luckily, I crashed twice. One time it was a huge problem. The other time it wasn't. They were not helping my fellow racers out, and I'm sorry for those. Definitely the bigger changes in the future to that. But yeah, that's all I got right now. Sorry for rambling.
All right, first place for Graham DeSalle in the GCGP.
This is the counting for the Moulin Giller Award.
Everybody who wants to vote voted. Penis. Okay.
That was this guy right here.
Here we have Alex.
Boo! One for Alex.
Eli.
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 2 for Eli.
Eli.
3 for Eli.
Dan.
1 for Dan.
That was your handwriting, isn't it?
No. I would never go against my dad. 4 for Eli.
Is this for crashing? What is this for?
Abram.
Causing most issues. 1 for Abram.
Alan.
1 for Alan.
Clayton.
1 for Clayton.
It was Eli.
Eli, yeah!
Here with the fans and the recipients of the Moulin Giller Award.
I'm here with Eli Gwynn, recipient of the Moulin Giller Award.
I stole it from him.
Tell us how you did
My
it.
bad.
I don't know.
If you could give more of an explanation than that would be lovely. Speech.
I'm going to nominate the true Moulin Giller.
I had nothing to do with this.
I don't think we're allowed to do this.
Yeah, we're not allowed to. All right. And in third place, we have
Abram Shields. In second place, Cohen Bell. And with this incredible trophy, we have our first place winner, Graham DeSalle. Thank you for coming.